Well, I am an admirer of Elisa's. Elisa has even worked for me, and the fact is that she is talented.
What's it called? Kermit and Friends?
Kermit and Friends.
Kermit. But if
Kermit.
You're saying
like
not to
frog?
do...
Yeah,
wait.
I actually have watched a few hours of Kermit and Friends.
How many hours have you watched, Natalie?
Oh, no. Probably indulged in 8 hours.
Holy...
My wife and I watched Benji's ex-girlfriends or whatever's going on. We watched this crazy podcast, and I have to say, this is one of the, probably in the top 5 things I think about right now.
She has a podcast, but she gets to come on the radio. It is craziness upon craziness.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kermit and Friends. I am Elisa. This is Fozzie, and Kermit is watching us from heaven. So this is going to be a jam-packed show. We have multiple guests and multiple surprises. I want everyone watching this show to feel a lot of joy. That is my only hope, okay? The feeling Fozzie gets when a poodle is humping him, that's how I want you to feel watching Kermit and Friends today, okay? If you are booked for the show, be patient. I'm going to get everyone on. So just have fun. Pay attention to what's going on. I'm going to ask you your opinion. Most viewers would recommend like a 3 to 4 drink minimum. Unless you're like ultra conservative, then just knock yourself out because it's going to be very wild, okay? It's going to be, I would say it's going to be a wild show. Just a little bit about me. I'm going to be performing on the Best of San Francisco stand-up. So Lord knows why. Saturday, May 22nd at 8 p.m. So if you go to bestofsanfranciscostandup.com or bestofsfstandup.com for more information, they're consistently ranked as one of the San Francisco's top-rated comedy shows for over 3 years running. And I'm thinking, how good can it be? They booked me, and I'm not even a stand-up comedian. So it's like, I don't know how they could be like a top, but they did reach out to me, Sugar, and I am looking for work right now, so I took the job. Do you ever take a job that you're not qualified for at all, Sugar?
Oh, every job. I've yet to have a job that I actually am qualified for. Is this an in-person thing or is it online?
So it's actually on Zoom, right? So it's on Zoom, but I looked at the other comedians and they're like real comedians. Like Greg Fitzsimmons is on it. Like Doug Stanhope was on it. Like all these people I've heard of. And I think those people are people with jokes. And I don't really have any jokes, but I'm just like, what the hell? But I was really, maybe they got the wrong number. I don't know. They texted me, but then my picture was on there. My picture was on the website. So I got to start thinking of jokes like pretty fast, I think.
You don't have to tell jokes. Just
really?
talk. No, I don't think so. I think you're funny when you just talk about your experiences. I've never heard you tell a joke.
No, I have none.
I like... I just like when you respond to stuff. Like, I think it's funny when Andy says, I identify as pansexual, and you say, is that why you haven't called me back? And just little weird, spontaneous stuff like that. I just find that really funny.
Yeah, I met up with this guy. I had a meeting with a guy recently, and I can't believe this is still happening to me. I meet up with a guy for like a work reason because I wanted to book him for Kermit and Friends. And he tells me he's I don't know why or how this came up, but he mentioned to me he's like polyamorous. And like, I just can't believe that this is still happening to me. I can understand why it happened to me when I was like 21, 22. But nowadays, it's so weird and shocking when that happens because it's more rare. So when somebody says something, I'm like, do you want me to be polyamorous? Like, do you want to include me? Because that means like a lot of people, I think. So am I one of them? So yeah, I mean, weird things still happen to me even after all these years. You would think that it calmed down, but it really hasn't. Yeah, this is an exciting show, Sugar. I think I told you I have some special guests, like unbelievable guests today. So, you know, we have Lizzie, who just got off InfoWars, the show InfoWars. She is saving the world. She's on Alex Jones. She's on all across the news. So she's going to be like up in like, I think like 20 minutes. I'm going to put her on. Before her is Flesh and Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. I mean, how cool is that? And
that's amazing. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, so
I love Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Me too.
And I want to hear what he has to say about like our little religion, because I bet he has an opinion about that. You know, about that we're giving the church alternative, and you know, someplace for us to come and be spiritual and be accountable, and that all religions are welcome, and you know, you accept Jesus Christ, or you could be a Muslim, and just I wonder what like he thinks about Kermitarianism.
Yeah, he probably doesn't know about it. If I had to guess, he's probably never heard of it. But that's okay. That's okay. We're growing. It's a growing religion. Yeah. So I'm just curious about a lot of things. The person that booked Flesh and Bone for the show. Do you know who booked Flesh and Bone?
I think it was, what is it? G Ryan? What's his name?
This is him. It's G Ryder.
G Ryder. Hello, everyone.
Hi, sweetheart. I wasn't being a smartass. I was literally trying to remember, because I really appreciate you doing that. That's so cool.
Great. How you doing?
Good, babe. How are you?
We're doing great. Jesse, you know, I'm just so thrilled that you booked, you know, this guy, Flesh and Bone, for the show. I know you've been friends with him for years. Is there anything?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah. Is there anything that you like love especially about him? Is there any, like, why did you think of him for Kermit and Friends?
Because he's a cool homie of mine, and we vibe the same way, and like, you know, it'd be a good thing to help your show. So just want to get down with that.
Yes. So I'm going to have you and him. I just want to say hello real quick to my friend Onision, who's back. Hey, Onision.
Hey, how you doing?
I
have an answer for your question. You were asking why someone would be into you even though you're not 20-something anymore.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you're like obviously a really attractive person, so people would be into you because you're attractive. Age is irrelevant in that regard.
Oh, really? Huh.
That's
nice to hear.
Well, look at your face compared to like, you know, the average model, and you have the same proportions and everything. So people would naturally be attracted to you because of that.
Yeah, I experience it less and less. And also, Onision, I've been dressing a lot less slutty than I used to. So when I was in New York,
I think maybe people think you're taken. Maybe that's why.
Well, yeah, I mean, they do. Well, some people think I'm taken, but, you know, because I'm engaged to Andy, but he's really kind of like an absentee fiance. Like he's been missing for like 3 days. And I don't know if that's normal for a fiance, but sometimes I just can't get a hold of him. And I just have to be okay with that. In fact, I went to the hospital like 3 nights ago because I had such intense anxiety and I was really scared. I thought I was having a heart attack. And I don't know if it's Andy related, but some people are telling me it might be because of my relationship.
About that Unitarian church idea. That's what that is. Do you know about Unitarianism?
Is that your religion?
No, I don't have a religion. I'm agnostic, so I just am open-minded generally. That's like it's like pansexuality is kind of like the agnosticism of religion or sexuality or whatever. So it's like basically where you're open-minded and you basically go with whatever your spirit or your heart or whatever desires or makes the most sense to you, but you don't want to like lock yourself down to one thing because you don't know what life is going to throw at you. Unitarianism, I've actually been to that church before. As I understand, it's where basically every faith, every religion, whatever, is welcome there. They're all just there basically to hang out and, you know, be a community of people who want to be spiritual, but they don't want to be, you know, specific to one thing or one system of ideas necessarily. They're open-minded. So it's like the best concept of religion.
Oh, okay. Because when I was researching you, I actually saw that you had a religion at one point.
When I was 17, I wrote up a bunch of ideas about how we should protect the earth and how the only thing we should worship is the earth, because the earth is like essentially the ultimate dad or the ultimate mom that created us. We're all made of stars, quite literally. I just came up with those ideas when I was 17 and I just left it.
Okay. I don't know why I thought you ran a church, but I need your help because we're going to be interviewing an amazing guest right now. Okay, so I need everybody's help, like Charmin and Onision and Lori and everybody here. Okay, so I'm going to read you a little bit about this guy. He was so nice on the phone. His name is Flesh and Bone. He's an American rapper and a songwriter known as a member of the group Bone Thugs and Harmony. He's the older brother of Lazy Bone and cousin of Wishbone. He won a Soul Train Music Award, a Grammy, and an American Music Award. This is a great guest. You know, I want to thank Jesse, Andy's roommate, for helping me book him. Everybody, welcome to the show, Flesh and Bone.
Hello. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank you, Elisa. Thank you for having me on Kermit and Friends. It's an honor. It's really, I really appreciate it so much. You guys are beautiful. I love the show. I love the setup. You guys are looking real good over there.
Wow. Oh my gosh. It's such an honor. I was shocked when you were booked for this show, Flesh. I was so impressed.
Right.
Like when I spoke with you on the phone, you were so unbelievably humble. Okay.
I try to. I got to be humble in a sense, but in today's world, you got to, kind of like be on edge and everything.
Yeah.
Not sort of.
Have you always been like that? Like at the height of your success, are you still able, to be humble? Do you still talk to the regular guy like me?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, you do? Okay.
Absolutely. I think that's real key and real essential, especially when you have so many fans. I've been my career's going on about 28, 29 years old professionally right now. And to have the success that you have, it's real hard. A lot of people, it's hard to hang on to that humble thread, you dig, and or to be grounded in a sense. But I tend to be able to communicate and get along well with people, and I think that's essential to success to a certain degree. And I'm easy to communicate with, easy to talk to, and kind of humble. But I will kick some ass if I have to. Don't get me wrong. No. But yeah. I heard. By the way, I heard that you got a guest on there from the Alex Jones show. By the way, I'm a huge Alex Jones fan.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I dig. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting on some supplements coming in the mail right now. My BioTrue Selenium and my some other stuff coming in the mail. From that guy. Though I've been buying supplements for him for about 10, 12 years now. Some of the best stuff I ever get my hands on.
Wait, what is that? What are you waiting for in the mail? What exactly is that?
Well, I get my iodine, BioTrue Selenium, and then it's a couple of other ones. An X Factor. It's a bunch of. I get like 6 or 7 different supplements from the InfoWars thing.
And does that help you a lot? Do you feel better?
Hell yeah. That's my key. A lot of people don't know, Flesh, why you look so good and why, all of that. They don't, some of my supplements is top secrets. I never tell them where I get it from and everything, but yeah.
That's great. So I was reading about you, about your background. It seems like you seem like such a happy person and such a like stable, normal guy, friendly guy, but you had a very rough childhood. Okay. So what was your life like before your success? What was it like before then?
I mean, it was, childhood was a little rough coming up. And as far as, being in a not so good situation when it comes to um, environment and everything. I had to forge my way, and I was determined to come out of that whole ghetto situation and make something better for my life. And I wasn't happy with just okay, I'm stuck here. Stuck here in the ghetto, and you're gonna have to accept that lot. And I was determined as early as I can remember, before I even started rapping or writing. I tried to write my first rap when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and determined to use that as a way. I've always been, first of all, I've always been athletic. I've always been extremely scholastic in academics. I've always been a great student, and these were my
Really?
tickets. These were my tickets, determined to get the hell out of that damn ghetto. You
Okay, so you're
dig?
naturally smart, right?
Naturally,
So you're
one hundred
naturally
percent.
smart. You studied hard, it sounds like, but you were naturally smart. You're naturally a great writer, so you're creative as well.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%. Imagination always through the roof.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I was one of those type of dudes. I did go to college for 1 year until I decided to leave and go
Mhm.
pursue my aspirations and dreams as a musician slash a rapper, be it that as it may. And but yeah, growing up as a kid was one of those ones, man. You had to know how to fight. You had to learn how to fight or get your ass kicked every day. And junior high school was where things started to change, because me and my brothers, we started a group called the Band-Aid Boys, and from the Band-Aid Boys it grew into the Bone Enterprise, and from Bone Enterprise it grew into Bone Thugs and Harmony. So we already had a plan to get the hell out of that bottom rut shit. You did
So
what I'm saying?
how old were you when you
Mhm.
experienced that success?
I think we started experiencing a lot of success at of course, even before making it professionally, because it started off locally. We you had to earn your keep with respect to being, if you're a rapper, you had to be real good at it.
Mhm.
And a lot of that early success started coming when everybody in the neighborhood or started recognizing, saying, yo, you guys really got something. You guys should hold on to it, hang on, keep trying, keep doing. You're gonna make it. From the talent shows, from the junior high school talent shows, from the high school talent shows, from the
Mhm.
neighborhood city talent shows. It started right there. It started with local success, citywide success, and then it kind of like plateaued a little bit, and that's when I was like, "Yo, if we want our careers to go any further," I went to California when I was like 18, 19 years old,
Mhm.
escaping a little situation in Cleveland from getting caught with drugs or whatnot. I had just done my first year in college, and then on my summer vacation, I was caught up selling drugs. I got caught and had to go to court. Instead of going to court, I skipped and went to California, um,
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
and saw how active it was musically, and I met a few actors, a few rappers, and all of that stuff, and decided that, yo, man, California is the place where we need to be able to grow, to expand, to get out of that local fame stuff to nationwide. And that's exactly what happened. Um, so the success, each step of the way was a sign saying, here's this open door. You guys got what it takes. Come on, bring what you got.
So you had everything you needed. You actually knew what to do, right?
Absolutely.
Because sometimes people
Absolutely.
are like, "What the heck do I do? I'm so confused." But you have been blessed in so many different ways. Are you somebody that's religious? Do you think that God gave you these talents and showed you these signs?
Yes, I'm 100% religious.
Hmm.
God 100%. I'm a 100% God-fearing man. I have love and respect for Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, and all in between. I'm not that type of guy that put these guys above this guy. I love Christ. You know what I'm saying? I love God. I love all of the religions, and I wish people would have the same an insight or same outlook on life. You dig what I'm saying? Because what kills me the most is that you got a lot of Satanists. You got a lot of people that don't believe in God, that think they controlling things, and they ain't controlling the goddamn thing, but they goddamn imagination. You seem like they winning a little bit, but no. all, and I'm saying that to say, because I'm understanding what's going on in the world today, and these godless ass people that thinking they trying to destroy everybody's life, taking all the, those people don't believe in God. You dig what I'm saying? They don't believe in God, and they are not going to be successful in what they're trying to do to destroy people like you and I, people that work hard for their family to try to put food on the plate. You got these people telling you to don't go outside, to go outside, wear a mask, don't smile, don't breathe, don't be happy. See, these are godless people, and they are not gonna get too far. They're not. They already failed. And how you gonna take over God's world? You don't even believe in God. You're gonna take over His world, man. These are some dumb ass people. But yes.
Okay, so I want to say one thing for those people.
To make a long story short, yes, I do believe in God. I'm a great God-fearing man, and that's who I believe give me every ounce of success, every inspiration, motivation, every step of the way. He makes me more courageous every day to keep stomping and fighting for what I believe in.
Right. Okay. So the people that don't believe in God. Those people. So, I look at someone like you. You're a good looking guy. You're talented. You're nice. You've had so much success. I mean, you have won awards that are just like, very few people have those awards. So I would think for you to believe in God, you would have to, because it's like, absolutely, God loves you so much in particular. If I walk out of my apartment and I go on the street and I see all these like homeless people and people suffering, I can imagine that those people probably wouldn't believe in God, because you started off in a bad environment, but you were blessed with these unbelievable tools. Like tools that and I could meet 1 million people in my lifetime, and like just you have those tools, right?
Absolutely. Okay.
So why some people? Why you? And then why not those people that are outside? Why?
Well, I tell you what, why some people are not others, still some, it takes a decisive decision. God gives you the ability to decide to make action. I believe that those people that are outside and everything, I believe that they may believe in God or they might not believe in God, but it takes a lot of action on your side. Okay, you can have faith in God, you can have faith in the prophets or the stars or the planets, but it takes a lot of effort. Once that faith needs works, that faith needs effort, that faith need to be that faith is like a seed that needs to be planted. If you don't plant it, then you won't see the fruits that come from it. So I believe that those people out there that are on the street or whatever the case may be, they may believe in God, but they need to take those extra steps in order they say if you take one step towards God, He's 2 steps closer to you. You see what I'm saying? So that type of situation or scenario, I may not be explaining it more articulate enough, but that's to some certain extent. You have to show some type of effort. You have to put up some type of energy. God created you to move around, to show energy. You dig what I'm saying? And that's what faith is. The energy that you emit shows a lot about your faith. And God is so powerful and miraculous. All He needs to see is that you believe in Him a little bit, and He'll give you all the decisive tools that your life need. And you will have so many tools. You have so many godly tools at your disposal, you wouldn't know what to do with it.
Wow. Okay, so I want to make a step towards God, and maybe the people out there do too. So my first step is my first step prayer. Okay. Would that be a good first step in your opinion? It is. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good step. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you want to take a first step towards God, a first step prayer. Okay.
Yeah. So if I start praying, which I do pray, right? And I do see signs all the time. Absolutely. But I know there are people out there feeling very hopeless.
Indeed.
And sad and scared. So sometimes when I have such bad anxiety all the time, pretty much. And when I try to talk to God, I want Him to like cure it for me. But sometimes I think, oh, maybe I need to, take more steps. Like, what can I do to prove to God that I'm worthy of blessings like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think definitely sometimes the feelings of despair, sadness, sometimes may be a little bit overwhelming.
Yes.
But at the same time, that's a challenge. That's a test. You're going to be tested and you're going to be challenged 100%. Yeah, and that anxiety, come on. We are all human beings. If you I don't care who it is or who, especially the people that believe in God is going to experience the most anxiety, is going to experience the most stress. And then you're gonna have to be able to really dig deep into yourself, and then those prayers, dear Lord, please give me the strength that I need in your holy name to overcome this anxiety. Those simple things like that, a simple prayer like that, dear Lord, give me what I need to overcome this illness or the sicknesses, or give me what I need to be able to succeed at X, Y, and Z. Just something that simple is the antidote to overcome that type of situation. So
wait, quick, hold on 1 second, Flesh. Kermit and Friends.
I'm trying to get on your show.
I know. I want you on because I definitely want you on.
Because I know what you did today to me.
What?
I got 3 members of the cast of my reality show with me today. I got Josh Garay, Conrad Steinman.
All right, quick. Okay.
We're shooting the questionably real men of the Hamptons. Is the show called? The questionably real men.
Are you going to put me and Flesh on this show? It sounds like a great show.
Yeah, I need to get on there.
I'm gonna put you on the show. You can put us on your show.
Yeah, quick.
I lie all the time. I got the cast right here.
All right, quick. As long as I have you on the phone, I have Flesh and Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. What's your question for him?
Tell him Roy Foreman sends regards.
Roy Foreman sends his regards to Flesh?
Absolutely.
Does he know the Bone Thugs guys?
Yeah.
Oh, Josh is the CEO of Scrapper. I guess we're supposed to meet with you guys.
You know him? You know this guy?
With Roy Foreman.
How do they know each other?
Mr. Roy Foreman. Yes, indeed, I do. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to find out right now.
George Foreman. Absolutely.
Is that the grill? Is that a grill?
That's the question.
All right, quick. I'll get you on. I got to go. Bye. Sorry. That's a friend of yours?
Yes, indeed. Roy. Yep, I know those guys. George, Roy, all those guys. Yes, indeed, I do know those guys. Yeah,
Flesh. When you're famous, everybody knows you, right?
Sort of. Yeah. But right. I do know those guys. Yes, indeed.
Okay. So let's take questions from fans. Is that okay?
Absolutely. That's good. Let's do it.
All right, let's bring up Lori. Lori the Muslim. There she is. Okay, Lori, you're on with Flesh and Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. Here he is. What's your question?
I actually have no idea who he is.
All right, Lori. No, that's all right. Forget it. Lori, what is that? You can't. She always. Ridiculous. Okay.
Give her some homework. Tell her to go.
Lori, Google.
I didn't know he was going to be on. You didn't tell me, so I.
No, it's okay, Lori. Go Google it. Just a little brief education. Bone Thugs and Harmony. It'll give you a little bit of education, and then maybe we can go from there. Hopefully.
Yes. Actually, the saddest part about that is she's my wrap-up show host, and she should be Googling the whole show. She should be Googling. Let's bring up someone who definitely has a question. His name is Jesse. Jesse, you're on with your friend.
What up?
What's up, Jesse?
Motherfucker?
What's up, OG?
I'm chilling in the trap house right now. What's up, buddy?
I see. What's going on, man? Where's Andy, man?
I don't know, man. Motherfuckers be fighting in the other room. I'm chilling in the motherfucker right now. We got the whole, here's Hollywood Hills, right behind me. We all chilling right now.
Yeah, I got to
come through real as fuck. How you been, Flash?
Man, I've been doing good, man. I've been working real hard, man. I've been in Miami. I've been.
Hold on, no, people are yelling. See in the trap house. Sorry.
Yeah. I shot 2 videos in one day yesterday and everything, working my ass off, man. working my ass off real hard. So I'll be over there at the Trap House next time I hit the LA, man. I'll be over there.
I cannot fucking wait, man, until we have to play tug of war with someone that fucking disrespects. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Wait, Flesh, you want to be in that Trap House? Why do you want to go there?
Oh yeah, I'll go check them out. I gotta go check out the homies. You feel what I'm saying? I gotta go check out the Trap House. Yeah.
I can't believe you. So I avoid that Trap
All we drink
House.
up in here is the motherfucking trap water.
That's what up. That's what's up. Okay. That's
what's up, man.
I can't believe that Flesh would want to go there. Who's that?
Someone's yelling on the balcony. Everyone wants to be on the fucking show, you know?
Everybody can be on the show. They just have to wait their turn because a lot of people want to talk to Flesh right now.
My homegirl Alex on though. She's my homie from like Washington.
Okay.
She could be on.
I'm gonna put everybody on. So everybody Jesse, just stay there. So everybody that wants to be on will get a chance with Flesh. Okay. I'm just telling you that. Like, so nobody get mad or upset or crying at me. Okay. Because everybody's gonna get a chance. It's just really, really booked right now. Okay. Okay, so that was Jesse. You want to go to the Trap House? Unknown reason. Unknown.
Yeah. Those guys are off the hook. Ton of fun. Yes,
yeah. Okay. Let's take another question. Onision. This is a great guy. This is Onision, a friend of the show.
What's up, Onision?
The YouTube star. Onision, you're on with Flesh and Bone.
Hi.
Indeed. Hi, Onision.
So nice to meet you. You were talking about these godless people and the masks. I was hoping you could elaborate on that because that was really interesting, and I wanted to know like what's going on in your world where you saw godless people in association with masks.
Great question.
Well, first of all, basic science. Basic science proves, the mask for one. I attribute godlessness to them because first of all, you have people going around talking about you need to get the earth to zero emissions at a certain point. First of all, godless individuals, because you can never get the earth at zero emissions without wiping out all human life and plant life. First of all, the human being breathes in oxygen and emits a carbon dioxide. The plant sucks in the carbon dioxide and breathes out oxygen. So all these retarded ass people going around talking about wearing your mask so they think wearing a mask is a way of diminishing the carbon dioxide in the air.
So I think I don't know if this is true or not, but I think it's possible to be carbon negative, and that you have so many things absorbing the negative stuff that's put out to the environment that it actually becomes negative.
All of the green plants, all of the greenish that you see sucks in that carbon. The green plants cannot breathe without that carbon. It sucks.
Right. So if people are trying to be like carbon neutral, or they're trying not to, emit any carbon, you just have so many plants.
That's impossible.
So you have so many plants, and you have so much of us, exhaling that carbon or whatever, or getting rid of that methane with our farts or whatever. You have so many plants and so many natural elements absorbing that, which eventually gets you to carbon zero, right?
I'm not sure if I follow you. So you're saying
it's like throwing water. It's like throwing water on a fire, right? So there's a fire burning, and so you dump a bunch of water on it, and eventually there's no fire.
So but in my opinion, carbon is not a poison. Carbon monoxide is a poison. Too much
can be bad.
No. Carbon monoxide, poison. Carbon dioxide, food for the plants.
Right. So you need a lot of plants to absorb that, but plants don't rely solely on it, do they? I would think that they rely on the sun and the nutrients in the dirt, stuff like that.
And yes, indeed, of course. So it takes so how can you attack one source thinking that it's a detriment to the planet?
Too much is
I think too much sun is a detriment. Too much water is a detriment. Too much of anything. Too much alcohol. Too much dope is a detriment. You dig what I'm saying?
I think too many plants probably isn't a thing.
No,
but if you want to get to like carbon neutral or whatever, that just means that you're not adding to the problem. If you have an enormous amount of bad pollutants in the environment, that can create, a lot of death for both animals, humans, plants, whatever. So you have a bunch of plants counteracting that, and you eventually get to carbon negative or whatever, and then boom, problem solved. So that's maybe why they want carbon zero. Like there's still going to be the emissions of vehicles and all that stuff, but if there's enough stuff to absorb it and maybe a lower amount going out, you're good.
Well,
So I think that's what they're talking about.
Well, ultimately, I think these people are dangerous, and I don't think that these people should be dictating how other people should be living their life. I think people should be free, and once you become an adult, you should be able to act like an adult and understand how to be responsible and accountable on how you treat the planet, treat other people, and treat people around you, and treat the animals around you. As an adult, you should be free to be able to do what you want to do and what you're pleased to, whatever you want to do, as long as you're not being a nuisance to the planet. So people telling me what to do, as in I'm a grown ass man. I don't need nobody telling me to wear no goddamn diaper mask. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody telling me how much gas or how far I can drive or how fast I can drive my car, or what private jet that I can get on. I don't play that. I'm not here for somebody thinking they superior to me, telling me what the F to do in my life. I'm not with it. People like me ain't having it. They can kick rocks. We not standing for it. And we're not playing that game. The people like me, we're not playing that game. We're not being told what to do. It's not gonna work around here. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I have a question about that. Have you run into problems with this stance? Because I've seen videos of people getting into fights, at Target and Walmart and everywhere.
Well,
what happens when you refuse, to wear the mask? What happens to you?
Well, you can refuse, you could say no, or whatnot. But certain businesses and facilities and whatnot, to a certain degree, have a right to decide to say if they want the people in their establishment to wear a mask. Then if you want to be in their establishment, but it's not like that everywhere. If you don't want to wear the mask, then go to the places where you don't have to wear a mask. If you want to go to the grocery store, certain grocery stores, that I've been to, they don't require it. Some grocery stores do require it. So it's up to the business owner to a certain degree to decide whether or not, because certain counties, certain states got rid of the mask mandate, which is good. I'd rather live in a state where there are no mask mandates, which is I prefer not to. But I have been in places and that require the mask. I have been in these places. Sometimes if I want to wear a mask, if I don't feel like arguing today, then I'll wear the mask. If I feel like I ain't playing no games today, sometimes I'll walk up in your joint without a mask on. You tell me to wear it, and I'll tell you, screw off, leave me the fuck alone. I'm here to do X, Y, Z and get out of here. But I'm not here for the conflict. Look, it's been over a year. The scam is up, okay? The shit is look, the virus is real. It got a lot of old people sick, health deficient, or whatever the case may be. Sicknesses or whatever. The goddamn jig is up. Enough is enough, okay? Leave people alone. You dig what I'm saying? Let people get back to their life, okay? Leave these people alone. First of all, I'm a red-blooded American, okay? I'm a patriot. I love my country. I don't got nowhere else to go. I don't have nowhere else to go. You dig? This is the only country I got, okay? This is the country that my children is growing up in. And they're going to be free. I don't care what these people are talking about, these globalists talking about resets and all that. Fuck your reset. Fuck your globalism. It's coming from me. You dig what I'm saying? My children is growing up in this world, and they're going to grow up in a free country. Okay?
Wow. I love your passion about all these things. You're so passionate. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, I love that spirit that you have. Okay, so let's take more questions, I think, right? Charmin. Charmin actually ran for president. And she's really smart. She has books. She's just a brilliant person. Charmin, do you have a question for our friend here, Flesh?
Hi, Shauna.
I do have questions. Hi, it's nice to meet you. How are you doing?
The pleasure's mine. Really well. Thank you so much.
Before we get serious, is there any chance that we're going to get any clips of your recent videos? I know you did some work. I know you might have some fun stuff to share with us. You got anything fun?
Yeah. So well, you know, a lot of the stuff is so I released a brand new single and video. It's called Dedication. And the song is dedicated to the loved ones. 2020 was such a rough year. A lot of people lost a lot of loved ones and whatnot. And then it's also dedicated to the people that have lost careers, lost businesses, lost jobs, lost everything, lost homes, and still struggling and still making it. And they still here and they still surviving. So the song is dedicated to those people. The video is out right now on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and look at Flesh and Bone Dedication. A very beautiful video. I just recorded 2 new videos and everything called Take Me Out the Game, and also another one called Don't Get Fucked Up. And I have a lot of work on the table right now musically. Throughout the pandemic during 2020, I was able to record a lot of great music that I'm trying to roll out right now. There's so much music, I can't roll it out fast enough. But yeah, when you guys get a chance, go ahead and share that link. It's Dedication video. The song is out on all streaming platforms. And you know, I try to make music that heals the world, that improves the world, and that at the same time I can do a kick your ass song too, because I'm tired of these people out here, you know, messing with me and everything. So I can't write a kick. I do write my kick your ass song. So I try to stay above board like that. So yep.
That's so great that you're, putting your music out there just consistently for all this time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sometimes I have a hard time getting like inspired to do that. I have to be going through something. I have to really either be in a bad, horrible relationship, but mainly that actually.
Yeah. I mean, well, you know, you're great. You have a great show, and this has all the potential in the world, of course. To reach billions. It's almost 8-9 billion people on Earth. Shows like this has the potential to reach at least 2-3 billion people. So that's your contribution. You can write songs, you can write poetry, you can write scripts, you can write books, you can write videos, you can write movies, you can write TV shows. You dig what I'm saying? And you can put information out there. Information is key. So what you guys have with a show like this is priceless.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That's the best thing ever. Thank you for saying that. We have a caller, Kermit and Friends.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. It's really quiet. Hold on one second. Decline that call. Okay. Sorry. Kermit and Friends.
Hey, Elisa, it's Gonzo.
Hey, Gonzo.
Hey, I've been rapping lately, and I wanted to know if I can audition for Flesh and Bones.
Wow. Okay. Of course. Yes. I'm sure he'd love that. Go ahead, Gonzo.
Okay. Go ahead. Go for it.
Are you ready?
We're ready.
Motherfucking beers go. Motherfucking beers, motherfuckers no. Better train, motherfucker go and say boom. Out.
Would you still be encouraging to someone like that, Flesh?
I think so. He's crazy enough to do that. Because
you got to be crazy, right? You have to be crazy. To go for something.
Yeah. And that's interesting. It takes a lot. That was funny. That was hilarious. Yeah. And you gotta love people like that, man. It makes the world go round. It's not enough happiness and joy in the world and everything. We need to get back to smiling. We need to
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Jesus.
So Jessie keeps texting me saying enough of this. She's not here, Jessie. I would love to put her on. Nope. I'm getting all these texts from Jessie.
I sent her the link.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So did I.
She's watching, but she didn't log on. My friend Alex Gibson.
Oh.
I wanted her to get on, do a little bit of a thing,
Okay.
She will. Don't worry, Jessie.
Everybody in the trap house is knocking on my goddamn door, wanting trap shit from me. I'm like, what's up with that?
Oh, okay.
Have you ever shown Flesh your trap house? I don't think
I've invited him over, but we do so much other trap shit. He'll make his way around. He'll make his way around.
All right, because I think the reason why he wants to go there is because he hasn't seen it. So, okay, so Flesh, I was wondering.
Yes,
so I want to connect you with my next guest,
Okay.
Because her name is Lizzie. She's from. She was on the show InfoWars, and she's going to tell us. You saw her?
I think I've been associated. Well, not associated, but so in my house, it's InfoWars and other shows like it. Educational. So we only education. I don't. All that other stuff is. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got shows like InfoWars is the only shows that you have that, you know, if you want to escape the propaganda and all of that other stuff, I'm stuck on. So Liz, I think that sounds familiar. I think I know who you're talking about.
So I'm going to tell you about her, okay? And hopefully with your positivity and your attitude, you'll hear her story and either want to help her or just like learn something from her. I'm hoping everybody can get something out of this. So my friend Lizzie, okay, she's a New York mother of 3.
Okay.
She's a Columbia University grad, so she's smart like you. Okay. She speaks out about COVID. Her big thing right now is pedophilia, judicial corruption, and her children have been kidnapped from her.
I think I know who you. Yes, I think I know exactly who you're talking about. Something like that. Did the feds try to take her children or something like that?
That's right. Okay, so listen to this. So she's left homeless right now. We're going to help her, you and I, okay?
Okay.
She's left homeless. Her finances have been stolen from her. This is like a wealthy woman from a very high-end, part of New York. Her finances have been taken from her. She's been falsely arrested. I have a video of her arrest. I'll play it later. She was falsely imprisoned. So I know that you have had this problem, right? Were you falsely imprisoned? Okay, so Flesh and Bone was falsely imprisoned for 8 years. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For self-defense. It was an absolute self-defense situation. I was defending myself, and then it was trumped up as made me look like some type of terrorist, which of course I'm far from. And but yeah, I was pretty much in a situation where I was defending myself, and then I was arrested for that.
Okay, so you were falsely arrested for defending yourself. You had a firearm on you, right? Okay, so somebody was going after you. Is this somebody that you knew?
I pretty much knew them, and I used the firearm. There are about a 500,000 cases a year where people use a firearm to defend themselves. Had not it been for the firearm, God knows what had happened. But it was a situation where all I had to do was show the weapon and stop the threat, and that was it. I didn't have to use it. I brandished the weapon, stopped the threat. That was it. And it was trumped up to be something way pathetic and way outrageous. Something that people shouldn't have to go through. No, and it wasn't fair at all. No.
Yeah. So this makes me sick that can happen.
Right.
This makes me very sick because that's 10 years of your life. You've had such an unbelievable life. And like what you could have been contributing to the world in those 10 years that you were in prison. I'm sure when you were in prison, you were helping people in there and spreading joy. And were you able to do that when you were in prison for the 10 years?
Absolutely. I was able to, be as fluent and yes, definitely spread give information, spread the love, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to get into in prison, mind you. It's a lot of pros and cons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was able to remain positive, focused. Blessed to be able to stay focused on my craft, my career, and eventually God did return me to all of that, which a lot of people, unfortunately, that go away for such a long time. 10 years is a long time.
It sure is. Were you married, Flesh? Were you married during that time?
Yeah. Yes, I was.
While you were in prison and you had kids, right?
Yes, indeed.
That must have been unbelievably difficult.
I'm here with my beautiful wife and beautiful family right now. Yes, indeed. We've been about almost 20 years now, me and my wife.
Wow, that's a good woman right there, because that is tough to be away. That is tough. And especially, it just must be so frustrating. And I would think that if you're falsely imprisoned for something, taken away from your family, you would be so angry, but I don't like sense any anger really from you.
No.
So that's something hard to understand.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, to a certain degree, you know what I'm after going through what we just went through with this whole pandemic and this lockdown, guess what? I am pissed off. Okay. I am angry. And this is what these people are playing with fire, because it's people like me that are fucking pissed off. Okay. We're not standing for this shit. We're not doing it. We're angry. We will do something about it. Don't mind. We'll protect ourselves. Intellect. We'll do what we need to do. All that violence. Don't see. This was what's wrong with the other side. They're full of violence. They're full of anger. They're full of hatred, and then they'll accuse you for doing exactly what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? You said who would? I'm not going to say no names, but look and see the name of the organizations of the people who are in the streets burning down buildings, burning down businesses and stuff like that. And then these are the people that are in the streets causing violence, causing all this the mayhem and anarchy and all of that stuff. And they got a nerve. And just because I'm a patriot, you dig what I'm saying? Oh, no. I'm a patriot. You dig what I'm saying? I want to keep my country free. I want to live in a free country. You dig what I'm saying? And I don't like people trying to turn it into something else. So I'm the enemy. No, they're the enemy. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah. But you're right. The 10 years in prison, it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot. And then
Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, I'm getting a call. Yes, Kermit and Friends.
Hi, Lisa. How are you? It's Barry Boss.
Oh my gosh, Barry, I'm a little busy right now. I'm talking to Flesh and Bone. I'm about to bring on Lizzie, the star of InfoWars, and he's going to help me, I think, because
I'm getting ready to talk to Lizzie from InfoWars.
Yeah, Lizzie from InfoWars. So, Barry, what's up? Do you have a question for Bone Thugs and Harmony, Flesh?
Can you heat that up for me?
I just wanted to say hello. If I know what to do, I don't know what to tell you. It's like you're too busy for Barry Boss these days. It's like becoming, I need you a star. And it's like, I blew your shit up along with Wig, and now you're too busy for both of us.
I'm not too busy. You guys are just late. Like, if you're late, you're not going to be able to get in the show. And I'm just sorry. That's just the truth. And I love you both. I love you and I love Quig. But, I have a very famous guy here that's really nice. And a lot of people want to talk to him. And a lot of people want to talk to Lizzie, too. And so it's hard for me to accommodate everybody.
Nothing to Alex, whatever his name is from InfoWars.
Alex Jones? Well, I'm going to ask her about that. I'm going to ask her about Alex Jones. But call me back later, okay, buddy? Love you.
Okay.
All right. I love everybody that's trying to call and get on the show right now. And I do not want anybody to feel like slighted by me. Okay. And I just want to say to people that have something to say that you're all going to get a chance. But if you have something to say, you could write it in the chat, or there's going to be a wrap-up show after this show where everybody's going to be talking about Flesh. Everybody's going to be talking about Onision and Lizzie. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk to Lizzie. This is Lizzie. She is a great person. She was just on InfoWars and actually a lot of other shows. And she's an incredible story. She's going to tell us her story right now. Awesome. This is an unbelievable story. She's been kidnapped. She's been wrongfully arrested. Her life has been torn apart, all her money taken away from her. Okay, this is not fair, and we're going to help her. So if you're watching Kermit and Friends and you can help, please reach out to me. It's very easy to reach out to me, and we're going to help our friend Lizzie. Here's Lizzie.
Hey, how are you?
Great,
Lizzie. Preach,
Hi.
Man. I love you talking about
Lizzie.
Intention. You're talking about faith. You're talking about sovereignty. You're talking about being a good patriot and accountability.
Absolutely.
Those are all my things, man.
And those are all my things too. And by the way, I know who you are, Lizzie. It's great to meet you. I've seen you on InfoWars. I've watched you, and I'm a big follower of that type of material and stuff like that. It's great to meet you. How are you?
Thank you. Well, I finally, after 11 months, was able to get into a home. And then after my show was on InfoWars, there was a random house fire in the middle of the night in my rental home. Yep.
Oh, no. That's sorry to hear that.
And so then I'm homeless now again.
Wow.
That's why I'm in like random clothes, because most of my clothes were smoke damage and I'm trying to clean them now.
Wow.
So Lizzie, that fire, I mean, that's just such a weird time.
Yeah.
it's such a weird timing for you to just be on InfoWars and then immediately after your house being burned down. Do you think
it wasn't burned down? I don't want to exaggerate. My story is crazy enough that there's no reason to ever exaggerate one part of it. But what happened was in the middle of the night, there was a fire in the walls. It turns out they're saying it was started from the HVAC system. The HVAC guys happened to be here 2 or 3 days earlier. Listen, could it all be coincidental? Of course. It's just a cluster. But anyways, I'm doing as well. You know, you got to stay positive. You got to, every single time they hit you, you got to get back up.
Yeah, you have to. You're very resilient. You're very resilient. You have to be resilient. Indeed.
Thank you.
So how's it going with your kids, Lizzie? Are you able to see your kids?
No. So here's the thing. My husband, after I found out my husband was a pedophile, and he went and disappeared for a few weeks and tried to have me taken against my will. He signed contracts with people to falsify medical documents to have me put away falsely in a mental institution. He's a fucking psychopath.
Right.
So, but I had his iPad, so I had all the contracts, I had the emails back and forth, and then the idiot put the payments on my credit card.
Oh my goodness.
So I know.
Oh my gosh.
I found all the information. I confronted everybody. I stopped it dead in his tracks. But my husband is a partner. His name is Brian Stryker Weinstein, and he's a partner at Davis Polk and Wardwell. He's a lawyer, a litigation partner. So he then went to the courts and got an order of protection against me, and included the kids. Now the kids were 17, almost 16, and 13, right? So the kids were with me while my husband was estranged and missing and abandoned me, and the children wouldn't even like talk to us about normal things. I kept trying to reach out to him, and he got an order of protection against me, included the kids, against the kids' wishes and will, and then had the police come and evict me from the home and make my children stay with him. And my children were like, no, we don't want to stay with him. That guy's a pedophile, and he left. And and the cops lied to us. The cops literally, Sergeant Bassett and Officer Raphael, and this woman, Bridget Dale, who was a lawyer friend of ours, who was there helping my husband, but I didn't know that at the time. I thought she was helping me, lied and said that, no, the courts refused to meet with them. Exactly. So that right there tells you how corrupt the courts are. The kids went to the court and asked and said, we don't want to be included on this, like this is ridiculous, and the courts refused to interview them. And then when they said to the police, well, if my mom's getting kicked out of the home, we're going with her, this is crazy, we want to stay with her, the police lied and said, if you go with her, we're going to have to arrest her for kidnapping. And that's why I want my story to get out there, because I want people to know their rights, because that's a blatant lie. And if my kids got in the car with me and we left, we wouldn't be here this day. But like you don't think like these policemen are lying to you to try and kidnap your children. You don't think the people are on it. You have like a sense of decency and honesty about this. So when they told me that, we believed them. When they said, no, you can't go with your mom, she'll be arrested for kidnapping, we believed them. And to this day, my children have been locked in the house with their pedophile father. And the courts refuse to speak with him. I've issued subpoenas to have my kids come to court to be heard. And if the court squashes the subpoena, they instead have a lawyer that is hired and paid for by my pedophile husband, who represents the kids' interests in court. And the lawyer will say, oh, I met with the kids and they don't want to see their mother. And then she'll submit a bill for her hours. And at no point did she meet with my kids that month. So it's all blatant. It's just,
but how are they doing this to you, Lizzie? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. If your husband, so did they ever prove that he was like doing, pedophilic acts or anything?
I have it from my husband in writing. I have it from my husband in writing.
Here, let's put Lizzie on the screen. Just hold on one second, Flesh. Let's just put this on the screen. Okay, so what is that?
This is on May 21st. We confronted my husband, the kids and I confronted my husband on May 20th, right? He then leaves the house on the morning of May 21st, and he gets this marriage counselor to call and say, hey, Lizzie, I know that you're clear and linear in your thinking, and I know that you're not a threat to yourself or others, but we're going to have the police come and pick you up and bring you to a mental institution, and you should just believe us. You should just trust us. And I was like, fuck no. That's gaslighting, and that's what every pedophile tries to do to its victims and to the supported parent. Is they have no other recourse when the truth comes out, so they just say, "Don't listen to her. She's crazy," right? It's the dumbest fucking thing. It's called the Martha Mitchell effect. So anyway, they tried doing that, and I thwarted it. I was like, "I'm absolutely not. You guys are stupid, Brian. You're going to ruin your law career. What are you doing?" And then Brian afterwards wrote to me and said, "I'm sorry I did that. It wasn't in your best interest. It was nefarious, and I was colluding with Jeff. And yes, I understand because I've been indoctrinated into pedophilia and I have this history of pedophilia, I can't be around children. So I'll stay at a hotel. And yes, I want this to get better." I mean, he specifically says, "Yes, I married you for your goodness and strength, and I want the indoctrination of pedophilia to stop." And I was like, "And do you acknowledge my concern? It's inappropriate to have you stay around children when you've been indoctrinated into a pedophile." And then he doesn't answer. And I'm like, "Brian, enough. Like, yeah, yes or no. Like, I'm done playing with you." And then he writes back, "Yes." And I say, "Thank you, Brian. That is brave of you. You're showing me your goodness." At this point, I understood my husband had a lifelong history with pedophilia. So I really thought that he fucked up and he made a bunch of mistakes. And I saw his online stuff that he was doing. And I thought he was just going to come clean and that we were going to try and help him. Right? Like, I just
was he trying to meet up with children? What was he trying to do?
I don't go in. I'm going to be very clear about this. I don't go into all of the exact details that I have about my husband, because every single time that I go into something and I show what I have, he then goes and either destroys the evidence or comes up with a plan behind it. Right? So I don't go into any more evidence than I have it from my husband in writing. He left the house. He was a pedophile. He has a lifelong history of pedophilia. He was abused as a child. And then once he identified the guy as an abuser, this guy, Ron Barry, who was his high school vice principal, who used to take troubled boys away with him on weekend trips and get them drunk and climb into bed with them, with other men, okay, other grown men. Brian, this was one of Barry's boys, and he talks about it. Brian then, after identifying Mr. Barry as a pedophile, right, Brian and I met in our late 20s, and I found all these letters that Brian saved from his pedophile abuser his whole life. And I was like, "This is weird. Why are you saving these letters?" And then Brian kind of like opened up and came to terms and acknowledged Mr. Barry was a pedophile. My husband went to Yale Law School. He's a Duke AB scholar. He's a smart, well-respected person. And we don't look at those people as being pedophiles. We look at those people as the reputation, the fake reputation that they're trying to purport to everybody, right? So even after Brian knew this guy was a pedophile, even after he talked about how this guy would get drunk, take boys away on weekend trips, climb into bed with them, bring other adult men with them, and then they wouldn't remember anything the next day. Even after that, my husband went and spoke at Mr. Barry's retirement party as the keynote speaker and referred to Mr. Barry as one of the greatest men that ever lived. Right? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But in my sick mind, right, you don't think the man that you're having sex with is getting sexual gratification from the children. So I don't think, "Oh God, that means my husband's a pedophile too." I think my poor husband has such Stockholm syndrome that he can't understand that he still has this affection for his abuser. That's how I made sense of it all these years. I caught him grooming my kids, like stuff, and there was always an excuse. There was always a reason. He'd walk around the house and just boxers.
Wait, grooming your kids?
Yeah, he would walk in on them, and he'd be like, where's the children? And I'd say, "Don't go in there. They're in the shower." And this is like, they're old enough. They shouldn't be walked in on the shower. And he would walk right in. And I'd grab him by the back of the neck, and I'd pull him out, and I'd be like, "What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? You can't walk in on them in the shower. I told you that." And he'd go, "Oh, sorry. I forgot that you told me that was wrong."
But he's with your kids right now.
Yeah, I know, babe. I'm aware. It's fucking horrific. It's disgusting and it's horrific. And this is what this is, one of the things that Flesh and Bone you talk to too, is that the judicial system that we think is there to protect us is actually there as a means to traffic people and to exploit them, right? That's all they do. They put you in prison and then they get money for that, right? They get money. They get paid for the number of prisoners that they have in there. have these, they keep fathers away from their children, and then they extort them for child support for children that these fathers aren't even allowed to see.
Absolutely.
Our criminal system and our justice system that we think are there for our benefit are actually there as organizations to control and extort us. So the Child Protective Services is really child trafficking services. It's disgusting. So put it this way, this is how well known this is. In 2012,
But what's
the
well
U.S.
known?
Department
Yo, what up?
of Justice
Hey.
came out. Hey, G. Ryder. The U.S. Department
how
of
you
Justice came out with what's called the Saunders Report. And the Saunders Report said that in over 70% of the cases, when a case of child abuse came to the court, the judge gave the children to the abuser knowingly.
Well,
why? Because then the non-abusive parent fights back. Then the non-abusive parent will fight for the children, and then it drums up business for the court. So that was
technically,
2012.
I was a victim when I was younger as well.
You were. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, well, I enjoyed shit. Okay, when I was 13, my girlfriend was 18. When I was 16, when I got out of my class, because I graduated college when I was 16, went to OU. My girlfriend, well, not girlfriend, my teacher was 47. Her husband was the principal. So I was 16 and she was 47. But
This
you
is
know,
like
I grew up early.
idea of the woman as a pedophile is something
I'm
we're
just
all
saying
starting to
that
come
was
to
like
terms
some of the
with, right?
best times. Like I always preferred older, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you liked it, Jesse?
Fuck yes, I liked it. That shit was fucking great.
Okay, this isn't. At least I'm sorry. This
I'm just saying
isn't
this is the
exactly
opposite
the
of what you're
content that I
saying,
need
though.
to be
I'm just saying
associated with this stuff,
technically
though.
it was illegal, but I thought I actually got arrested. How much fun I was having.
Oh my God, that's not the type of thing we're talking
Yeah,
about right
that's
now.
not the
But
content. Listen, this
so
is serious
so
stuff. Yeah.
so what can we do? You've told your story on InfoWars. You told your story on Kermit and Friends.
Yes.
You're getting your story out there. Is that helping at all?
Yeah.
Get justice.
Well, it's amazing. It really, the thing is, I had thousands of viewers on Instagram, and then the day that I had a fight, my Instagram account got taken down. So all of the videos of the false arrest, I haven't even get into. On January 4th, I went to file documents with the court to show how the court was protecting the pedophile and how they were kidnapping the children and not giving me access to the court to be heard. And they arrested me for not wearing a mask. And that's when I was put into solitary confinement for 5 days.
I think I have that video.
Yes.
Wait, it's Lizzie with the mask. Oh, wait, hold on one second, Onision. Let me just play this video I have of you. I just saved it as Lizzie mask problem. Here it is. Okay.
Outside, you got go on in here without a mask.
Oh no, this isn't for me.
Go outside and talk about that. Go outside and talk about that.
Just a minute, please, ma'am.
No, you just a minute. She's telling you to exit.
Excuse
me, sir.
I'm telling you to exit now.
Please stay 6 feet away.
No,
from
you
me,
step
sir.
out.
Sir, you were violating. You were violating.
Stop violating us by coming in.
Wow.
Yeah, well.
That's the wrong
Was
one.
that? Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, sorry.
That's the one that's the one when that's at federal court. Those are our federal courts that are saying if you can't medically tolerate 2 masks, they'll come within. Like, it's so stupid. It's all bogus and bullshit. I love that Flesh and Bones kept saying the jig is up. That's exactly it. Masks are a means of control. They are not anything to do with your health. The sheer fact that they're saying you have to wear masks to protect other people. But now, if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks. But if you're unvaccinated, you have to wear for what? Who are we protecting? Like, they've all been vaccinated. So what's the logic is gone. There's nothing there. It's just a logical fallacy.
Wait, I was just sent this other video. I think this might be it. Hold on one second.
I will take that off.
Excuse me. Don't yell at me. You were the one who were yelling. I'm not bringing it to the level you guys.
I gave you the chance. I counted down like a mother to a child. A child can figure out a countdown, but you can't.
Baby, I was leaving. Do you see how upset you are, officer? Do you see how you're the one yelling? And then you're trying to tell me. Yeah, because when you're trying to do something wrong and you can't do something wrong against somebody who's a good fucking person.
There are people out in the lobby who are nervous to go deal what they have to do because the way you're acting.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I want my phone immediately. No, what are you doing?
I gotta take your purse. It's going over there.
Why?
You didn't have it around you, did you?
Yes. I'm not grabbing anything, sir. You're being ridiculous. The after part.
They're not very nice, those guys. Onision, do you have a question for Lizzie there?
If I can, thank you for first of all just letting me talk. It's really awesome. I didn't think I was gonna be able to. This is so awesome talking to you. Both of you. First of all, I just want to know: do you have any siblings?
I do.
Do you have? You have parents too.
Yeah, my father was a pedophile. So this is what people need to understand. It is a cult, and cults don't like defectors.
Sorry, just real quick. What did your father do that made you feel that way?
He sexually abused us?
All of you.
Well, I know that he sexually abused me and my sister. I don't know about my brother, but my brother has an extreme violent temper.
Okay,
Why are you asking this specific questions?
I was just wondering, like, okay, so normally when people go homeless, it's because they have literally no one who's willing to take them in.
Interesting. So let me talk about that, because I see that this is an attempt to kind of make it seem like I'm somehow like unworthy of being taken in by other people.
All I'm doing is trying to put some reason behind this, because it like first of all, like, you have a background, you're inside a place right now. What's going on there?
Yeah. Well, did you miss the part where I said that I was able to rent a place and then the main house caught on fire?
So that's a guest house.
And
she's in a guest house.
I'm not in the
I
guest
heard
house.
earlier in the stream that you're very wealthy too. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. I am very wealthy, and all my finances were cut off. Over $240,000 of my money.
They were all in one bank account?
Was dissipated. Yep, was taken when I was falsely arrested, when they put me in prison for no mask. All of a sudden, Mark Davidson, the COO of City Private Bank, and my husband Brian Stryker Weinstein closed all my accounts and had checks issued to my husband. And
again, thank you so much for talking to me so far. How long?
You want to kind of direct the conversation, but not really hear the truth. Do you want to hear the truth, honestly?
No, it's means I'm satisfied with your answer, and I wanted to move on to the next question. That's it.
Okay.
If that's okay. I was just wondering, how long has the thing with the courts and the police and everything? How long? Like, when did that start?
Yeah,
the first issue.
That's a good question. That first started. My husband left the house on May 21st. And it's important to note that he was the one that first brought the police and
2020
the DSS into it. I'm sorry?
2020.
It'll be 2020. Yeah, it'll be a year this month.
Okay. Have your kids ever had a chance to speak in court?
No, the courts won't hear from them directly. The court prevents them from being heard from, which is right there. That's the most egregious sign to say that the courts are in on it. Because a 17-year-old kid, like, it's ridiculous. And that started from the very beginning. On June 5th, my children went to the court themselves and said, like, why are you including us on an order of protection? My father's a pedophile. He left weeks ago after we talked about his pedophilia. We don't want to go with him. We're safe with our mom. And what's interesting is DSS was in our house because of the pedophilia investigation. And so it's on record that the children
do you have anything other than hearsay? Like any like, do you have like tweets? Do you have tweets from?
How you're trying to discredit me in that
I'm
way.
not trying to. I'm just asking because anyone can say anything. Anyone.
I love it.
Anyone can say anything online,
Yeah,
and lots of people.
I'm not giving you any hearsay. I have exactly.
Well, hearsay is where you say something without proof.
Exactly, honest, and I've not said one thing without proof. I can show you the court transcripts.
That's why I asked.
Everything, yeah, and it was all on my Facebook, honest. And so once again, I want people to see this, because this is exactly what they do. They get these other people to come in and insert little doubts.
I'm not doing anything. I was just asking questions.
I know why this is happening, you guys. I know why this is happening. So Onision.
All the video, everything that I said.
I was asking if you had any proof. That's all.
Look at how red you're getting. You're so embarrassed. People love when I call them out and they get caught.
No, I was just asking for proof.
Hearsay.
I was just asking for any proof.
It's all on Facebook.
All right, just a real quick psychology thing. Just a real quick.
One more thing to try and insert doubt. Go ahead, honestly.
No, this is the next thing. This is the next thing.
Yeah.
Moving on. Yeah. Okay. So
in those pathetic right now, by the way. There's no hearsay. All the evidence is there, including police records, videos of the arrest.
I love talking to you. This is so great.
Where the courts turned down the subpoenas. You look really bad about this, but go ahead.
Okay.
You're so embarrassed. Look at how red you are. See, that's what happens.
Yeah, it's embarrassment, sure. No, okay. So I noticed that in those videos, when you're talking to people who had to go through extensive training to get the positions that they had, the people who have checks and balances and so forth. No, can you? Sorry, can you? No. I'm just saying. I noticed that like 99.9% of the rest of society isn't having problems with those individuals. Like, for instance, if I was at, hold on, let me tell you, when I was a kid,
this show to try and discredit me, but
I'm not trying to do. I'm just trying to help you with something.
How cops are so amazing, and why
no, they're not.
The only one
no, they're not all amazing. Some cops are really messed up. Some cops are really messed up.
Honestly, I'm done talking to you about this stuff. You're really pathetic with
So Lizzie, I think you would like Onision. I think you would like him if you just knew where he was coming from. I actually know. No, let me explain.
I've been spotted a mile away.
No, I don't think you know about him. He was falsely accused, Lizzie. Lizzie, he was falsely accused. He's coming from a place.
No, Elisa, listen to me. I appreciate you for trying to have an audience. But
hey, it's okay. You can cut me out. It's fine. She doesn't want me.
Insert doubt as to the evidence that's on the case. Once the Instagram got cut down, so thousands of people were going on that and seeing all the evidence, and not the same number of people aren't logged on to Facebook, but everything's there.
Yeah, but there are millions of Democrats and there are millions of Republicans. You know, popularity means nothing.
Using this segment as a chance to try and insert doubt, Elisa, and I can't say I know that Onison's doing it, and I have to say if you're having the platform for it, I have to question whether or not that was your intention.
No, okay. So let me just say one thing. So you know how you're coming from a place of hurt right now, like
I'm not coming from a place of hurt. I'm coming from a place of knowledge and strength. I know when somebody's trying to gaslight other people. I know when
you think Onisian's a gaslighter?
I know when somebody's trying to insert doubt and lay plausible deniability to try and give a pedophile and courts a chance at their egregious actions and say that some of this is unreasonable and that I'm not a credible person and what I'm saying is hearsay. So if you want to use your platform for that, Elisa, you go ahead and do it. But don't blame me for spotting it a mile away. I've been a victim of incredible gaslighting. That's the one thing. My husband is the best at this, the best. He's amazing at it. Why? Because he knows how to mix the love in with the arsenic. So it's not bad all the time. He knows how to give it love and arsenic, right? But I can see their fucking things. Do you see the way he turned bright red? He knows what he's doing is wrong. He knows he's trying to lay plausible deniability. I've got no fucking time for this kind of stuff. I actually have 3 briefs that I have to write. And I came on the show because I was hoping to really have an interesting discussion where people could educate themselves about the human rights atrocities that are going on right now and about how our judicial system is so corrupt and it's being used as a system by which to create tyranny. Judges aren't accountable for any of their actions. I've been imprisoned. I've been poisoned. I've been taken against my will, my money closed, and I've never been allowed a day in court. I've never been proven guilty of one thing. I'm not even allowed to defend myself. So if your your viewers want to learn about that and educate themselves about that, that's one thing. But I'm not going to go on the show just to create this drama and this, give my husband a chance to insert shards of doubt as to my credibility.
So what do you want people to know? How can people be helped through this story? What do you want people to really know, like to use a platform or use any platform? Like what do you want people to take from this?
Sure. What I want people to know is first and foremost, this isn't just my story. People getting kidnapped by abusive process. Abusive process is when they go through the courts, right? CPS is taking away children and there's parental kidnappings. There's a trafficking of children right now in our court systems, a trafficking of children in plain view. And it's been going on for decades. But because of COVID and having this COVID confusion, it's happening at a fever pitch, okay? So children, and it's happening, the kidnappings are happening by the police, the kidnappings are happening by hospitals, and the kidnappings are happening by judicial order, okay? It's happening all throughout the world. Go do a little research and understand that this isn't messing around anymore. These people are here and they're trying to take over humanistic control. It started with a mask, and that gets to see who's compliant and who isn't. And then they're using these COVID bullshit laws that are all unconstitutional. They're not even laws, they're recommendations. They're using that as means by which to have plausible deniability to arrest you, to kidnap you. You go into a hospital and you decide that you don't like what the doctor's telling you, and you try and leave against medical advice, they won't let you leave. Go do your research. There's kidnappings in Europe. There's kidnappings in Canada. There's kidnappings in New York. There's kidnappings in California. It's happening all over the world. People need to educate themselves about this and understand that this is all about humanistic control. And you either stand up and you fight against it, or you can comply. So it's more about people educating and helping themselves. Hi, Charmin.
Hey, I would like to ask you how you are, but you're tough as a box of nails if I ever saw it. As an adult survivor of childhood sexual abuse, I really connect with your story and your pain and your situation. And there's like a million questions I'd like to ask, but I don't want to trigger you. I don't want to upset you. I'm absolutely not working with your husband. And I don't want there to be any confusion about that, because I legitimately have a few questions that I need to understand so that I can piece together the rest of the process. So you said that you were aware that your spouse had a lifetime of pedophilia. When did you become aware of his pedophilic tendencies?
When did I stop seeing him as a victim and start realizing that he was actually an abuser? Yes.
Yeah.
That was in May of 2020. It all happened quickly. As soon as I realized it, I confronted him about it.
When did you meet? When did you meet? How long were you married? A timeline.
Yeah, we were together for 21 years. We met in 1999. And again, for years, I had made sense in his mind. Like, there were things that happened where, like, a pedophile was at my kid's camp and the FBI descended upon the camp, right? And had to arrest this guy who had been a camp counselor there for 30 years. It was disgusting. Mm-hmm. And the camp didn't notify us. Mm-hmm. And my husband defended the camp. That's fine. What's your problem with that? You're creating trouble. Why are you bothering our daughter? Like, he would do shit like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? So in my mind, every time, and he's a lawyer, I'm thinking,
he's a lawyer.
Your father is going to go after that camp and like get my daughter home and safe. No, he defends the camp, defends the pedophiles. And in my mind,
leaves her there.
Time I said, oh, well, that is because he's got Stockholm syndrome and he just can't deal with his own abuse. You understand? But in 2020, we were home under COVID. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get the shelter in place orders lifted. I was very involved in doing some COVID work. And I started reading a lot. I love this. See, Lizzie's story is faker than Elisa's nails. Give me a break. I mean, this is like, again,
you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. Some of it's entertaining, some of it's not. You'll get used to it.
Yeah.
I don't like that one either.
Right? Like, you put up the stuff we don't like as much as the stuff we do like. We just,
it's just total stupidity. There's nothing that I say. I speak from a point of truth and integrity always, because my story is so ridiculous. It doesn't need an ounce of exaggeration. So everything that I say, I have the facts to back it up, and I have the evidence to back it up, and I put it all on social media, which is why he got freaked out and took it all down.
To me, the scariest thing is, after knowing all this about your husband, knowing he's a pedophile, that he's still with the kids. That's the worst part about this whole thing.
Well, that's what you have to understand, that it took me a while to get my head around. The courts traffic children to pedophiles and abusers. The courts are it's legal because it's done in the court. The court is a legal mechanism for our government to traffic children to pedophiles and abusers. And they do it knowingly. Like I said, the Saunders report came out, and that was in 2012. It's only gotten worse. That's 9 years ago. 9 years ago, they said in over 70% of the time, they will knowingly, purposely give the children to the pedophile first, to the abuser first, because then the non-abusive parent fights back. Hey, Kevin.
Does that annoy you? Yeah, that's got to annoy you when people say she didn't protect her children, because you've been trying to get your children back this whole time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, the truth of the matter is I didn't see the danger in my husband. I did protect my children from pedophiles and abusers outside the home. I didn't look for it inside my home. And
Because why would you? This is a guy that you loved. You were in love with him. He's one of the top attorneys. I mean, he really is. I mean, he's such a successful person.
Yeah.
He's so connected. I think things are different for people like that. People that are unbelievably connected, people that are, rich, very rich, have all the connections in the world. They could get away with more.
And
so
you trust them. You
trust
sense
them.
Of security. You have a false sense of security. And again, you don't think that the man that you're having sex with is getting sexual gratification from children. And so, yes, as soon as I found out, that's what I'm saying. This all happened very quickly. I found out, I confronted Brian. He went missing for weeks, tried to have me taken against my will, then came back with a bogus court order from a judge who was not in our district that included the children when the children, against the children's wishes, without the children's knowledge, and against their consent, right? They had no consent to include them. The children all wanted to stay with me. So he got that order of protection and had me evicted by the police. And here's another thing. On that day, on June 5th, when he got this order of protection, he doesn't have an order of protection against him. I never got one. I tried to get one when things started going bad, but the cops were stonewalling me and I couldn't understand why. And now I know it was because they were helping him get one against me. So anyways, he gets this order of protection on June 5th. And then instead of coming and saying, here, I have this order of protection against you. Hey, kids, come with me. And just doing it non-traumatically, he called the fucking police on us and had the police come and mandate that the children go with him. Right? My husband had the police get involved right from the get-go. So that happened on June 5th. June 6th, I filed for divorce. June 6th, I was like, this is cruel and inhumane. I filed for divorce citing cruel and inhumane. And it's been a year trying to get back to my kids.
Oh my gosh. Alex, any thoughts on this story?
Great many. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Sorry, I was just having problems with my headset previously. I actually can relate to your story a great deal. I recently found out my first boyfriend is in prison currently for molesting his 8-year-old daughter. And I guess my question for you is just how do you cope with something like that, knowing that, someone you love has done something like that?
And you still love that person. Does the love just go away?
Yeah, it doesn't, because, I still find myself dreaming about him a little bit. And I do care, but I also kind of hope like he dies a little bit.
It's been really hard. Sorry, I didn't expect to get so. It's been.
Sorry.
It's
That's okay, Alex. That's okay.
You have to deal with. No, I'm glad that you asked. Thank you for asking. It's traumatic to think about what your kids are going through, and to know that all the organizations that you think are out there to protect your kids, like Child Protective Services, like the police, like the courts, are actually there knowingly trafficking your children. But I think even worse than that was this idea that, my husband's manipulating and lying to our children, and he's getting them to be compliant by saying that if they contact me in any way, that I'll have to go to jail. That it's required by law. If they contact me, I'm going to have to go to jail, and so they should never contact me again, right? And so, you would think that all these good people in our town would go to my children and be like, dude, that's not true. That's not true. Why? You have a right to have a relationship with both your parents. You are old enough. This is not true. Anybody that tells you that is lying to them. Why are you letting this lawyer speak for you? The lawyer said you didn't want to see your mother on Christmas. Why don't you do this, right? And nobody will help my kids. Like, not one person has gone and sat down with my kids and tried to tell them the truth. And that's like horrific. That's when you realize we are in a society that supports pedophilia. And either people are traumatized from their own response from being abused as a child, or they engage in the practice, or they don't want to deal with it. But we live in a society that supports the abusers and the pedophiles and not the innocent children.
Flesh.
Yes.
Flesh.
Hey, Lizzie. Yes, this is really, really stunning. I'm at a loss of words right now. Wow, this is incredible.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay, buddy. That's okay, Flesh. This is a lot. I know this is a lot. Your audio is kind of weird right now, Flesh, but maybe you could fix it, or your audio changed.
My audio it changed. Oh my God! Hold on.
Yeah. Just fix your audio, because I know Flesh can help if anyone. So I just want to say, he's amazing. That Flesh is amazing, and so are you, Lizzie.
Thanks.
And I just want to say to the people here right now, right? Everybody that's listening to Lizzie's story, maybe you can't relate to the exact story that she's telling, but people can relate to the pain, right? So, we all feel pain in our life and we feel like helpless and we just want things to be different and we feel wronged. So if you can, relate to Lizzie in that way, just reach out to her because she's a really nice person. She's just going through a lot of pain right now. And,
Kermit, I would like to speak a little bit about the facts that do relate to everybody. This issue of a judicial immunity affects us all. So this is what you need to understand. I was arrested for not wearing a mask. It's not unlawful to not wear a mask, okay? So to be arrested is wrong. To never been given a trial on that is wrong. To never been given an arraignment is wrong. People need to pay attention that our police are using this COVID bullshit to lay plausible deniability why they can falsely arrest you. So now what's happening, the police arrest you, you go to jail, I file a federal lawsuit, and then the same police who were defendants in my lawsuit then kidnap me and drag me in front of the same judge, okay? None of that's lawful, but why is it happening? Because there's something called judicial immunity. Judicial immunity means that a judge can do anything that he wants, and they claim that they're allowed to do it because it's the only way that justice will be served. And if they're held accountable for their decisions and actions, then we can't really have a court of justice. And there's a tenet of that says, well, if they act outside the color of the law, so if they do something illegal, they're supposed to be held accountable. But that's not what's happening. We're not holding our judges accountable. So therefore, the judges do whatever the hell they want. And we, as a people, are living under judicial tyranny. And that's why people like Flesh and Bones get put in jail. For
10 years he got put in jail, falsely accused.
I just want to say, it's actually, you guys are actually like behind. It gets worse. In the UK, it's absolutely out of hand with pedos, right? What happens is they get what's called a suspended sentence, where they don't actually see the inside of a jail cell. And it can be historic crimes, it could be multiple rapes, it could be anything. And they won't even see the inside of a jail cell, especially for digital stuff. And if they do get found out, they get protected in custody. So in prison, they get protected on their own wings with their own guards and that. And then when they get out, they get a new identity and they get moved to new areas with new names. And it's up to the locals to find them out. Like I'm from a very rough part of the UK. And when one of them gets moved here, within a matter of days, once it's found out, there is an army of us in the streets, throwing bricks, kicking the doors in, everything. And that's what we have. That's what it's down to, because we can't trust the justice system to remove them anymore. It's up to us to literally show up on the street and basically attack these just to get them out. And then what happens is the riot vans come in.
I'm not advocating violence against anybody. I want to make it absolutely clear. I'm not advocating violence against anybody. What I'm advocating for is accountability.
The nonsense, I do.
These people don't have accountability for their actions. Judges don't have accountability for their actions, and that's why they're able to hide criminals. And criminals don't have any accountability for their actions, but innocent people then get put in jail. Our jails are used to traffic innocent people. Like, it's disgusting. But
they get exposed again and again and again. And then, like, if the local community spoke up to the police would tell them, oh, nah, they'd get moved again, and they just move them again and again and again. Yeah. And so it'll be the same in the US if your justice system goes the way ours does, because I thought the US was much stricter, because you guys give like 40-year sentences out like it's nothing. We don't really do that over here.
I have a father. This isn't just a story about mothers being abused by the court systems. I have a father who literally, who literally got put in jail over Christmas because he drove his daughter to get a change of clothes. And he got put in jail because 2 weeks later, the mother said that was upsetting to her, that he waited in the car while the mother came in, right? So they put him in jail for 5 days over Christmas. He was able to get out, and then they put an ankle bracelet on him, and he's on house arrest. He's never done anything criminal or wrong, and they've never given him a trial. So for 5 months, he's not been able to work. He's not been able to travel. He's not been able to do anything because of these false accusations, and he's not given a trial on, and he can't hold the judge accountable because the judge has judicial immunity. It's crazy.
Jesse, thoughts?
I think that
people should be held accountable for anything they did wrong, and let's get at them. A lot of people don't like that shit. Nothing's good with people that take advantage of people.
Correct.
No, in that sense. And
but these people
a lot of
hide
people
under. They hide under fake personas, right? Fake reputations. Like,
you know what?
Jeffrey Epstein wasn't a child sex trafficker. Jeffrey Epstein was just taking teenage model UN representatives all over the world. They have these false bullshit reputations, and we need to tear those down.
Well, with technology today, like there's a lot of people out there trying to get people like that. For instance, a few years ago, I think Ashton Kutcher had an app he made that looks at the background of hotels for child sex trafficking, that recognizes what hotel that is, like an AI, to find out where those people are. He saved a lot of people, but that doesn't get much media attention.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Interesting.
The one or two or three people in the media in LA, they want to put up there and be like, oh, we got one of them or two of them. But that shit happens all the time in Hollywood. We need to get at those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're waking up to it. We've been asleep to it for a long time. It was
money's
one of
a
those
big
things.
influence. And these people that are being like put up on the pedestal, like, oh, we got one up. That shit happened 25 years ago on most of those people. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong wherever they did, but I'm saying like, let's get what's happening now and get those people, because that shit's fucked up. And like, we need to get those people. We need to stop this from happening to anyone else.
We need to make their reputations more accurate. We need to make the reputations
I
more
went
accurate.
to court with my ex-girlfriend about 6 years ago because she was an offender bender in K-Town. And when she hit the car, there was a girl tied up in the trunk. And I went to court with her 2 years after that while she had to testify in the case. Yeah.
There was a girl
This shit
tied up in the
happens
trunk?
every day. LA's a big city. A lot of shit goes down. And you know what?
That
we
doesn't
need to
sound good.
Stop what's happening now. Save people, protect people.
That's a good point.
I don't know if she wants to be talking to me.
I think you're a gaslighter, but what do you got to say, gaslighter?
I'm the master of being gaslit, actually.
Okay, well, maybe you're trying to spin a web.
Spin it. Well, okay, so they say that like a lot of times the evil you see in others is stuff that you're battling with in your own mind. It's not necessarily means that you yourself are. No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that you're guilty.
Because I was a victim on sin.
No. What I'm saying.
You're spinning all the same shit that my husband's been trying to say. Really?
Well, he got the children, so
it's because I was a victim.
Courts almost always side with the moms. Everyone knows that.
No, that's actually not true. And
Really? It's statistically true. Yeah.
That's not true at all.
It's 100% true.
That is actually. Oh, really? Where's your statistic?
Is it just a fact?
Oh, okay. So what's the Saunders report? Have you read it? Do you know what it is? How many pages is it? Don't fucking come at me with shit unless you've done your research. The idea that fathers get screwed in court.
68 to 88%, according to the Huffington Post.
Oh, really? Interesting. So that's where you
fathers. Well, you said don't come at you without evidence, so I just
How
got
did
it.
you get that? How did you get that? Was fast.
There's this crazy site called Google. Anyway, so 8 to 14% of battles go to the father.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm not interested in talking to this clown. He's
all right, you really don't like this guy. All right, you don't. Okay, all right.
Honesty isn't afraid of questions. The truth isn't afraid of questions.
So all
the truth is not afraid of questions.
Is he right? Is it true? So that is interesting. That is interesting what he's saying, that last part, right? So he said so you are so unafraid to say the truth. To say the truth. So someone like that, you probably get those questions all the time, the ones that he was asking. What were the questions
what's interesting is every question, the gaslighting starts. I want you to understand. It starts with inserting doubt. You just try and get a little sliver of doubt in people's minds. Like, oh, isn't the court just really coming out against all the fathers? No. Let me tell you something. That is a bullshit mentality. This isn't, again, I'm going to say it one more time. This isn't a mother issue. This isn't a father issue. This is a child trafficking issue.
Hey, Lizzie.
Are used to traffic children. Yes.
Hey, Lizzie. I couldn't agree with you more. If you read, there's a book called Divergent I was reading that said the prison population in the United States in the last 10 years went from 1 million to 2 million.
Yeah.
So crime literally doubled in 2 years for no apparent reason. Yeah, and so kind of like a black hole could appear and eat up the planet Earth. It's unexplainable. But I'm really sorry to hear what you're going through right now. I feel like the first step, they say the fear of God leads to wisdom. And maybe the problem is they just don't fear Lizzie enough in New York City. I know in Los Angeles.
Fear me. I just want people to be accountable for their own actions and stand up for their own shit, which is what I said to my husband when this first happened.
Well, accountability and standing up for their shit. First, they have to feel in their heart and soul, don't fuck with this person. If you fuck with this person, there's going to be serious repercussions down the line.
Wow. I feel like it's.
Yeah, and if you think about it, just hear me out. If you think about a human being and a price on them, a lot of things are priceless, but some fuck ups do have a price on them. And there's certain fuck ups that a cop can do. Let's say you shoot a rabbi who's walking down the road. You're done. You're fucking done. You know, and the real issue is that the rabbi's price on his head might be $1 billion, and the cop's price is 10 million. So, in a lot of ways, it is sort of like real estate. You're in a bidding war for your plan on moving forward, and maybe it's expensive. Maybe it takes a lot of work to pay it off in the end. But what I'm wondering, it took a long time for people to fear Elisa the right way. At this point, when she walks along the road, they feel wisdom from her. They feel wise.
This has got nothing to do with me. I don't want anybody to do with fearing
me. But that's the root cause.
I want people to just be responsible for their own shit. Take accountability.
The cops in New York a year from now, mark my words, will fear Lizzie when she walks along the road. It'll make their operations smarter. It'll make it so the FBI can coordinate things better.
The FBI is in on it. The FBI is they don't give a shit. The FBI is helping to perpetuate the crimes. The FBI, they have to be in on it, because if they weren't, do you know how many times I've gone to them?
I agree.
I gave the FBI all the evidence for grand larceny, $240,000 missing from my account. And I gave them the emails from the CEO, Mark Davidson, COO of City Private Bank, who said these checks were issued to your husband on this date. And I was like, all right, we'll cancel them and issue them to, and they won't do it. So then when I went to the FBI said, do you really think that you want us to believe that the COO of Citibank would coordinate with you? And I was like, no, motherfuckers, I don't want you to believe it. I want you to look at the evidence. I want you to do an investigation.
You know the perspective as well, right? Which is an FBI agent, right? Maybe the price on their head is a lot higher than a cop. So if you want to take out an FBI agent, I read an article.
Nobody wants to take out anybody. I don't know why you're going down this line of discussion.
The reason why I'm going down that road is because in good design, you want to start with the extremes. So if you understand an extreme
I've
situation,
got no time for this bullshit. I got to be honest with you. Nobody's talking about taking people out. We're just talking about being good humans, having accountability in our society.
I agree with you. So the question is, how do we get the $240,000 back to you in the end, Lizzie?
Well, the point is, we hold our judges accountable so that if the judges hide crimes in their court, then the judges go to jail. And as soon as we start doing that, then the judges won't let crimes be hidden in our court, and then our courts can actually be used to get justice instead of commit crimes. That's how we do it. We end judicial immunity.
I know we need to do that. We need to end judicial immunity. It should be the case that if a judge is caught red-handed, like Elisa's old mentor would say, their hand is on the furnace. You got to get your hand off the furnace, guys. A lot of times they're caught literally red-handed in the middle of what they call Trump on high crimes and treason. So they're just in the middle of a war.
They're not in the middle of it. They're helping to propagate it.
They are. They are.
And the mechanism by which these crimes are propagated. Yeah.
So what I want to say is, I want to say sorry, first of all, Lizzie. I want to say sorry, and then I want to say good job. Good job holding your own. And I know that a year from now, for sure, for a fact, you're going to have your kids back. You're going to have.
True.
I know for a fact. Okay. The fear of God leads to wisdom. When it goes into a wisdom circuitry, and they finally feel in their heart and in their soul, when that person walks down the road, you do not cross this line, or there are repercussions. They feel.
I don't want people to fear me. I want people to fear their own accountability.
Okay, hold on, everyone. I just need like a little break because I have a call. I don't know if it's for Lizzie or not. Kermit and Friends.
Hi, this is Brain. I'm calling in because I've been listening to Lizzie and her story, and it resonates so deeply with me. And I find her to be probably the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I would defend her honor every day against all authority. She's amazing. So I just wanted to say that, and that I'd be interested in meeting her someday and having lunch.
All right, now we're talking. All right,
And I would
yes.
defend her honor every day.
All right.
Against all enemies. All enemies.
I love that.
Thank
She is very interested. I'm just going to
reach
answer
out
on
to
her
her
behalf. Yeah, reach out to Lizzie. Thank you for your call. Great caller. All right, so see, that was nice. See, you never know what's going to happen around here. Speaking of that, hey, John Bolton.
What's up, kid? How you doing?
I'm okay. You know, we had an interesting show. I don't know if you guys are doing the wrap-up show, you and your daughter, Lori. Are you guys working on that together?
I think she's got something going on up there. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. All right. I know you have your show called Man Cave Live, but you're helping with Kermit and Friends. Are you singing today? Is that happening?
Well, I've sang this song before, but it always kind of goes appropriate when we have all these conflicts about life and things like that. A little Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World.
Perfect. That works perfpurely. Thank you so
Let's
much.
see if I can do it right. I tried to get in. And shout out to the Man Cave fans out there. Brain, I heard you out there. See all the different people. So, and Danny from LA and Gonzo for all your help this week. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark scary night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? Oh, they're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah. Late Louis Armstrong, Satchmo himself. There's a lot of meaning in that song. We're all supposed to get along. We're all supposed to be friends. We're all under one God, one world, and we should all live life that way. So here's my fans out there at the Man Cave. Elisa, it's always an honor to be on here. I'm glad I was finally able to get in. Gonzo Danny 8 is the Mush, Toasty, Leah Bobia, Ava Baby, Miss Dolly out there. Everybody that's a part of my group, I got to give them all a shout out.
Kermit and Friends.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, listen, what happened with Andy Dick exactly? Why did the two of you break up?
So that's a great question. Yeah, just really, I was getting a lot of anxiety. Like I had so much anxiety, and it's still, I'm having a big problem with it. Just him. it just went so badly, and I don't know. I mean, I'm friends with all his friends. Hey, like HUD Isaac, HUD.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
So, I told you it wasn't going to work out. Now I could say I told you so, Elisa.
No, you were right. I tried my best. He's a great guy, and well, not really a great guy, actually. I don't know. He's a guy. He's definitely a guy.
Not a great guy.
Yeah, no, he's not a great guy.
I'm groping Uber drivers and shit, and like.
Yeah. He's just too much trouble.
He's a rapist, technically. Okay, he's not a great guy.
Yeah. He's not a great guy. But I think that I tried my best. I can feel good about that. Oh, what's going on? Oh no, wait, what's happening? Wait, hold on, Barry. HUD?
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up? What's going on over there?
Not much. What's going on?
Is that your girlfriend?
Yeah, she's here.
Wow. Okay, so this is HUD Isaacson. From the time he came on Kermit and Friends to right now, he got a girlfriend in that amount of time. So I'm not just saying to people that's the reason you should watch Kermit and Friends, but it is pretty good luck for a lot of people. It's bad luck for some people, but it's very good luck for like others. So HUD met a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend, a live-in girlfriend, and his life is going way better than when we first met him, right, HUD? Yeah. So are you thrilled?
Yeah.
You are thrilled. Yeah, you seem like you're in a really good mood. What is on the agenda for you and your girlfriend today, your new girlfriend?
I don't know. Just after this, I don't know. Maybe I was trying to go to the zoo. I haven't been to the zoo in a while.
Oh yeah. What about the wrap-up show? You're so great on that.
Oh yeah, I'd love to do it. I would love to do it.
Yeah, you could talk to Lori. You could talk to all the people from here. You can talk about what's his name, Flesh. You could talk about Lizzie. What are you doing? You guys still in bed, huh? You guys are still in bed.
No.
Yeah, you are. It's like sexy time over there, I think. That's okay. Kermit and Friends is sexy. Okay, so yeah, on the wrap-up show today, a couple of the good topics that I think would be amazing is obviously Lizzie's situation with the pedophilia. Like, she married this amazing guy that was handsome, and he was successful, one of the top lawyers in New York, and he ended up being a pedophile, allegedly a pedophile. And she is so upset by that. It's ruined her life. Her finances have been taken away. She doesn't have a home. She's homeless. I mean, what a horrible situation to be in. And then Flesh, he was just such a positive guy, a religious guy. He believes in God. He's so blessed. And my question about, he's just so, he's more blessed than other people. Okay. That's what I found about him. So he actually was born into like a bad environment, but through his talent, his intelligence, his drive, his perseverance, he doesn't seem like a depressed guy. He doesn't seem like he has any emotional problems. He just went straight to the top. And I just wonder, do you have to have all those qualities? Because those are qualities that not everybody has. I know, I'm lacking in some of those qualities, but, can you still be blessed? Can you still believe in God, even if you don't have all his blessings? Because it's easy to have blessings when you're just an amazing, talented, he pretty much shot to the top right away. I mean, he was like a teenager, and then, he got a Grammy, and he got, a Soul Train Award. I mean, us, HUD, we're still, what are we still? I don't even know.
By the way, Bone Thugs and Harmony is my favorite rap group.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they're from Cleveland as well. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hook you up with those guys. They're amazing. Jesse. He was the one that booked the guest. Dr. Roy, you are somewhere very cool. Wow, look at you. Where are you right now?
We're in Philly, Elisa.
Oh, you're in Philly. You're in a fun place in Philly. Okay, great.
We're in Philly.
I have something very special to present, an Eric Riggs original video. I'd like to show it to you. So Eric Riggs is a guy that I used to work with in an office, right? But I always knew that he was capable of a lot more, all right? A lot, right, Eric?
Oh, me, myself, and I'm really not that capable of a whole lot of things. If I was real capable of things, I'd be able to snap my fingers and make a call to that banker over there. Maybe like Lucas at our office, he could make a call for her, and they could hook it up together. But I'm not really. I get really embarrassed really easily. So, and I actually have an important meeting I got to get to. I love you, Elisa, and you folks have a great rest of your show.
Okay, well, Eric, have a great day. Here's Eric's video that he sent me this week. Really love it. Produced by Gaia Paya. Pray for Peace by Eric.
This cock girl isn't just a pornographic video, it's a confession that, I want to call you and I want you to answer the phone, right? It's like, I want you to open up your legs to me tonight. It's the same thing as saying, Elisa, I want you to go on stage at Madison Square Garden and I want you to play this set, but finding a way to kind of make it all make sense in the context of, hey, in a long distance relationship, sweetheart, this is totally normal. If you can rub one out on your end, do this, and realize how good this feels inside of you, in your pussy, between your lips, then I think we have something here. And not only that, but I could say, Elisa Swartz, I enjoyed, having dinner with you tonight, right, so much that I want to reward you by letting you ride on top of my cock, so now it's time to take off your panties, okay, and I would just want you to just be fulfilled, I want you to put the pedal to the metal and ride this cock.
Hey, Lucas. Welcome to Kermit and Friends.
Hello. How are we doing?
Great. So nice to hear from you. I was so excited that you called. Haven't heard from you in a while. What's happening with you guys?
Well, let's get it straight. You called me, and so Andy and I, we had a good night. I invited some girlfriend's house. We had fun. But we get over back to Andy's house, and it was clean. Like, Callie actually did a very great job. Like, it was immaculate, clean. So we get back over there, and there's a fucking pentagram in his living room. So I don't know who's going to explain that, but kind of freaked me out. So I left.
Is Andy okay?
Emotionally, maybe. Mentally, definitely not. Should you privately call him? Yes. So that's about where it's at. I think he needs a little, detox. We could call it that.
I think that too. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, and at least we've been on different sides of the turf sometimes, but I think we are on the same page. We both care about Andy. We both love Andy, so I think we both should try our best to make sure he's on the right path. And he always says, I'm fine. He loves to say, I always tell him, like, you should slow your roll. Like when he's drinking, like, I could get much drunker. Like, that's his little catchphrase. But the thing is, when it comes to addiction and stuff, sometimes you gotta let them hit their rock bottom. You can't really stop them. You can try out, you can do every technique in the book, but sometimes you gotta let them just fuck themselves up, and you cannot support it. Do you understand that, Elise?
What do you mean by support it?
Monetarily.
Oh yeah, no, I'm done. Monetarily, I'm done, Lucas. I'm done supporting him. I am.
Yeah, and we got off on, very suspect of you, and we had our, disagreements, but I think we both agree on that. That's the, best decision is seeing Silver Andy. I want you to see it because you haven't seen that. And I want you to see the tiger, the fucking lion, the dragon that is unleashed when that guy actually fucking gets off his, his little kick here. Because he has people texting him and stuff. It's like, when are you getting sober? Like, big players.
I know.
And it's just a matter of when.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, Lucas. I don't have any bad feelings about you. I just didn't like the situation. It was just a very bad situation for me. And it got worse and worse. And I need to work on myself right now. I can't be involved in this. I just can't.
Vice versa. I completely agree. And, I apologize. I've made my own mistakes. I'm not a perfect human being. I've definitely, I had a little birthday month. And, I made some mistakes with you. Definitely. I was very rude to you, at least. And I apologize for that. Because you're a very sweet girl, and you're very professional, and you have a great fucking, you got a great thing going for you. And I'm proud of you, and I support you 100%, because I see that you're actually trying your best, and that's all that matters.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lucas. I really appreciate that.
No, thank you.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right, bye. Oh.
Beautiful Andy, you're cute as pie and you are sweet as candy. He's my Andy, my Andy, my Andy. Andy, my beautiful Andy. You're cute as pie and you are sweet as candy. He's my Andy, my Andy, my Andy. I was tired, I was scared, I freaked out and I'm sorry. Feel like I was in the wrong, I'm so controlling. Andy, I don't trust nobody, you don't trust nobody. You're beautiful, inside I know I'm scaring you tonight, baby. You moved in soon, but you know I am crazy. My Andy, my Andy, my Andy. My Andy, my beautiful Andy. You're cute as pie and you are sweet as candy. He's my Andy, my Andy, my Andy. He's my Andy, my beautiful Andy. You're cute as pie and you are sweet as candy. My Andy, my Andy, my Andy. My Andy, my Andy.
Did you hear me?
What was the question?
Oh, you didn't hear it? What is going on with you and Lucas?
Beautiful Andy. You're cute as pie and you are sweet as candy. He is my Andy, my Andy, my Andy.
Lori.
I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that one up.
So Lori, our wrap-up show host, main host, who has a lot to talk about on her separate channel. So this is what we do here. So we have a show where we interview people, and then there's several shows that talk about this show and they relate to the topics on it. So did you write notes today, Lori?
No, I'm trying to be more relaxed with it. Not take it too seriously, because when I take it too seriously, then I don't have fun.
Yeah, it stresses you out. I know it stresses you out. And that's like the last thing I want Kermit and Friends to do to anyone. I don't want anyone to be stressed out. And I think something that's going to make you feel a lot better is a painting that was made for you from Sugar. Let me find it. Here it is. Painting of Lori. Look at that. How beautiful, right? Oops. Look at that. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? So see Sugar if you want a copy of that. It's a gorgeous painting. So that's going to make everybody feel better, right? So I don't want you to be stressed by being the wrap-up show host at all, but I want people to like do shows off this show because it's so fun, right? I mean, it's kind of fun. I mean, you weren't having fun, but that's just you, right? Like other people would have fun doing it.
I do. I'm like all over the place a lot of the times.
Yeah. No, trust me, I am not well. I went to the hospital this week. I had so much anxiety. So that just shows how well I'm doing. So obviously I'm not doing well at all. But so pretty much today after.
Sorry, that's my ringtone.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is that noise? Okay, so Dr. Roy is everywhere. Dr. Roy, I read your children's book and it was like about going to Miami. I think Roy is more of a party animal than we ever expected. But I was reading like his children's book to my nephew, and there was like a part like, let's look at the beautiful people in Miami. And I'm thinking, what's going on over there?
Hey, Elisa.
Yeah.
It's been a very powerful show. Very powerful.
Yeah. Thank you.
I have so much to tell about, like, for instance, Lizzie's story. Lori, you look great this week. You look happy. You look like you recovered from something.
I'm doing a little bit better.
All right. Doing better. But, there's just so many things. Like, for instance, Lizzie's story, there's so much to tell about. A woman that was sexually abused, right, which is her story, and then marries a man that's narcissistic and really kind of, like, backstabs her and pits it against her.
Yep.
And so she's now in trauma, and then trying to deal with this issue of, losing our kids, going to jail, all this drama. It's just a never ending cycle of bad things happen to her. And so, someone like trying to recover is just phenomenal if you can get out of it,
Yeah, she seems very like on edge today. Like she seemed very on edge, and she's still mad. Like she's writing in all these private chats about like right now she's really upset. I mean, she's mad at Onision, obviously. He's the number one. But then number two, after Onision, he's very upset. She's very upset with this guy, Eric, who's really Eric. She's really mad at Eric. So poor Eric. He's pretty innocent, Eric. He's just a regular guy, this guy, Eric. And I don't think he was actually trolling her. That's actually his personality. I know that's shocking to everyone. But, Lizzie. Okay, so she's calling me right now. Okay, so let's see what she has to say. All right, hold on 1 second. Lizzie's calling me. She's still watching. Lizzie, she's upset that I said that she was on edge. Okay, so now she's mad at me. So she's mad at Onision. She's mad at Eric. And here she is. Okay, Lizzie, I didn't mean anything bad by that. I just thought that you might be upset.
Elisa, first of all, stop lying. You're not. I wasn't upset with the guy. I'm upset that you put on a video, a hypersexual video, which is disgusting content, and it's cheap, low-hanging fruit that should be beneath somebody who's intelligent like you are. But that's what you turn to try and get viewers. So instead of raising the bar to be more intelligent and have people come together over high ideas, you have people to come together over disgusting things that create this divide in people and
it's gross. Like you specifically said, your producer said you wouldn't have any of this disgusting sexual content on, given the nature of my conversations. And then you went on and put it on a guy. I mean, what's wrong with you? Have you no morals? This is really disgusting.
Well, I mean, it's a comedy show. I try to make it funny. And so it's a mixture of things. I like to have serious topics that people talk about. And then, you know, Eric has his jerk off video once a week.
Okay, that's fine. Next time, just be honest with people and upfront. Don't use people. You told me you wouldn't have anything like that on, and then you did.
Oh, I didn't even remember talking to you about that. I didn't know you didn't like Eric jerking off.
And I specifically said in text that I didn't want any of that content. And that's why I haven't been on your show since the first time, because I saw that that's what your show was about. And it's beneath the type of stuff that I'm trying to talk about.
No, but it's not all about that. There's different things. There's different colors.
Matter. Elisa, it's disgusting. You did something that could fucking hurt my children and hurt me, and it's unforgivable. I would never do this to you. I would never put you in a situation like this. This is a type of lowbrow thing that is why you stay on a B list instead of going to the A list with your show. So you continue to discredit people or to try and paint me in a bad way or to put on hypersexual content when I'm talking about my children being kidnapped by a pedophile. You can go and do that. But don't expect people like me who have integrity to want to be associated with it.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Lori, do you have a song for us?
Yeah. I have queued up A Million Reasons by Lady Gaga. And
Perfect.
I want to dedicate it to the trolls and the haters. I want to dedicate it to my lovely friend Musa. I've been debating back and forth on whether or not I want to dedicate it to Eric, but you know what? I'm going to dedicate it to Eric because he's one of the reasons I would want to quit the show at this moment. As a joke. I want to dedicate it to Onision, who I love very much. It's been like I've looked up to him like the last 10 years. His story's always been straight, always been honest. So.
Reasons to let you go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. You're giving me a million reasons, about a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons, about a million reasons. If I had a highway, I would run for the hills. If you could find a dry way, I'd forever be still. But you're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons, about a million reasons. I bow down to pray. I try to make the worst seem better. Lord, show me the way to cut through all this worn out leather. I've got 100 million reasons to walk away, but baby, I just need one good one to stay. Giving me a reasons, reasons. Bad seem better. Show me
I don't know what happened with that, but I just want to say thank you, everyone that has been involved today. I had so much fun. I was very depressed this morning, and everybody here just made my day great. Even Lizzie, she's still texting me, very upset. But even so, I'm so happy that she got to share her story today. If you want to reach out to Lizzie on Instagram, she's Elizabeth Harding on Instagram. And if you want to reach out to Flesh and Bone, he is on Twitter, Onision. You all know how to find him. And I just appreciate this family. I appreciate this family here so much. Hold on one second, Kermit and friends.
Hey, Elisa, it's Gonzo. I just wanted to promote Johnny B's Man Cave Live. He's going to do Kermit and Friends wrap-up Sundays.
Wow. Okay, that is great. I love that. I love that. Thanks, Gonzo. Perfect. 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 Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I'm really sorry with what happened with Lizzie. She's still texting me, and I'm sorry about that. But what can I do? I wanted to leave Onision with her longer. I really did, because that was interesting. But you know what? It's a very fine line between like what's interesting to me and what is going to like make someone hate me for the rest of their lives. Right? Right, Charmin?
Right. It really is. And I feel like this is my opportunity, since there was so much negative talk about masks earlier in the show, for me to give to piss people off too. Because I like the masks. Mm-hmm. I am going to miss the mask. No man has told me to smile in over a year.
Yeah, that is refreshing.
I can have a conversation with me, myself, and I, and nobody knows but us. We discussed it. We had a whole team meeting about it, took a vote, and decided the mask stay. Majority rules. I like them. Plus the variant is really scary. I have heard stories of friends, people I know, who have gotten the variant even though they're fully vaccinated and died very quickly. Whatever this is, I don't trust it. The idea that we're just going to tell people to take your masks off and go have fun. For all the people who don't trust our government, this seems like a death sentence to me. It seems like they're just throwing people out into the wind. And if you get sick, you get sick. If you don't get sick, you don't get sick. Who cares? Good luck. I live in Florida, right? I feel like that's really important, because Florida has kind of had a reputation throughout all of this as being a free for all. You can go do whatever you want in Florida. It's not really even part of the United States anymore. And I went to Target and Walmart yesterday because I had to. And I was a little nervous because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to see. And it was the emptiest I've ever seen the stores throughout all of this. It is almost like the people don't trust each other enough to mask up if they haven't been vaccinated. Like, we're in a situation right now where everybody's really angry with each other and they don't trust each other and they're ready to pick a fight for anything. And a mask is like a blinking neon sign to come start trouble with me. And I don't want it to be that way. I really like the masks, not just for the fact that it protects us against illness, or that the flu has been lower this year than any other reason. It's not just because no man has asked me to smile and I can get away with my RBF anytime I want. There's also the legitimate issue that this virus impacts testosterone production, and we all know what that does. Like, that is a very serious thing for all of our health, but especially men's health. And I ask all the men I know to mask up like they're protecting our favorite toy, right? Mm-hmm. It's the one thing that keeps everybody moving. It's what keeps Eric sending videos every week. Like, this virus is a real serious issue. It impacts fertility. It impacts so many other things. The Bradysson response is different. The immune response is different with this virus than all the other viruses. It causes a lot of long-term issues. Whatever it is, I don't want it. I want it to stay as far away from me as humanly possible. I want to be healthy. I want my kids to be healthy. I'm vaccinated. My kids are vaccinated. I want to be able to trust but verify, but I don't actually want to ask anybody if they bothered to get the vaccine. This is a scary time, and people are already mad and angry and ready to lose it for anything. And I would like to do whatever we can to make each other happy and comfortable and laugh through it whenever possible. I try to make it funny, right? Like, I didn't I didn't just want the vaccine. I wanted the Moderna vaccine because it was Dolly Parton's vaccine. And I was hoping to get a little Dolly out of the vaccine. I want to find a way to get people to protect each other. We wear seatbelts every day because the government tells us to for our safety. I think masks are.
Your call has been forwarded to an audio.
I think masks are a good thing, and I think that they're not designed to create a godless society or turn us against each other. I think it is just a simple little piece of cloth that cuts down the big dirty particles from getting in your mouth and your nose. That's it, right? If we could all be nicer to each other, find a way to lift each other up and reinforce each other and keep each other safe. No one knows what the other person is struggling with. Maybe all your underlying health issues are mental health issues, and you'll be perfectly fine throughout this virus. But maybe your underlying health issues are something to do with your lungs or your kidneys or something important that you need. I have an amazing young lady in my life. She's 15 years old. Her dad got sick. He passed away. Everybody in the family got COVID, and she recovered, but she tripped and fell last week and scraped up her knee, and now her knee is infected and it's not healing normal, and it is like whatever this virus is, it's not like anything we've ever seen before. Whether you believe it was lab created or it was a bat mutation, whatever you want to believe, I'm okay with that. I would like us all to come together for a cause greater than ourselves and destroy a common enemy. And I would like the common enemy to be the virus. I would like to starve it so that it can die, right? We can cut it with a sword, we can shoot it, whatever it takes to kill this thing. I despise it. We need to figure out how to keep each other safe in the littlest way possible. If we could just stop spitting on each other, right? If we could wash ourselves, if we could just be careful, more than just be careful, take your vitamins, use all of the antiviral herbs in your home cooking. It's there.
Sherman, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
hey, Eric, how are
I'm just
you?
sort of catching the tail end of your policy platform over there. I believe that you would make such a good first female president of the United States of America.
Right, everybody has a dream, and you should all trace your dreams, no matter how crazy it is. Oh.
And I know that if it is caused by these people, then the end of the virus then would be the end of their rhetoric. So the virus really is our enemy, but it sounds like your viewpoint is a little bit different than Mr. Bone of Bone Thugs Harmony. And I was wondering how you could explain that, because Mr. Bone had such great points.
I think it's flesh and bone. But Eric, so right now I have to end the show because I'm just getting all these texts.
Okay.
And this is complete fucking bullshit that you're ruining me. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah. What is wrong with me? What you did is unconscionable. I trusted you and you used me. Yeah, it's really bad.
That throws me back to community college and business law.
You disgust me. All these mean texts that I'm getting.
Yeah,
and you know what?
And if you build a house with a glass roof and you have tigers down there and I fall into those tigers, that's your fault too. It's not my fault.
But the thing is, Eric, you can't win everybody over, right?
What's the saying? You can't win everybody all the time, but you win some of the time.
Yeah.
Pretty soon it's going to be summertime.
You cannot win everybody over. You just can't. So what I say is if you, enjoy this, I'm happy. If you don't enjoy it, I'm sorry to hear that, but it's all where people are coming from, where they're coming from, right? So it's like where we're coming from, that's how we're projecting. So I didn't even think of that story when I was playing Eric's video. I just love Eric's videos. So, I'm a big fan of Eric, and he just keeps giving me content every week, week after week after week. And I did not think that Lizzie would be offended by that because it had nothing to do with her story. It was a separate segment. So it's very hard to think, oh, well, this person like this, well, this person like that. It's impossible. But Sugar, are you joining the wrap-up show today?
Yes, I am. Lizzie is in a lot of pain, and she's going to see things the way she sees them. And I'm hoping that the right person sees this and gets her, help that will actually help her feel better.
Yeah.
Because we didn't do this to hurt people. We didn't do this to harm people or drag people. And I really, really want to see Lizzie in a place where life is something besides a torment for her, you know? And Charmin seems happier today, which was nice.
Yeah, no, Charmin seems great. You know, I haven't been happy recently. I've been so anxious, but this show has really made me happy.
How did you end up in the hospital for being anxious? Don't you do like hiking and meditation and stuff? What happened?
So that didn't work for me. I did a lot of I walk like 7 miles a day, but sometimes I just really feel like something like my chest kind of
constricts.
Yeah, like constricts, and like when I breathe, I feel like there's something wrong. And so I went to the hospital and they gave me a lot of tests. They did like an EKG and a lot of blood tests, and they said there was nothing. So I just think maybe my anxiety got a lot worse.
What did they recommend for treatment?
Not really nothing. They just said, because they were trying to keep me there for like so long. They kept me there for like 8 hours and I wanted to leave. And I said, am I dying or not? And they said, I'm not. Kermit and Friends. Kermit and Friends. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Kermit and Friends. How can I help you?
Hey. Is this still Kermit and Friends?
Yes, this is still Kermit and Friends.
I
Yeah.
talk to my son, not Kermit.
What's going on?
I'm pretty sad. You know, I'm upset.
You're upset? Why are you upset?
Just in situations, struggling with events. And I feel like you are the reason.
I'm the reason you're upset?
I thought Andy was your fiance. Is he? Or is he not?
I don't even know if he's alive right now. Is he?
As far as I know, yeah.
All right, good. Well, you know, it's just not a good feeling having a fiance where you don't know if they're alive. Like, that's the worst. So I just don't like it.
That's your fault, biatch.
That's not my fault. I have nothing to do with that, Lucas.
You don't live with your own fiance? What is that? It doesn't make
I can't live with him. He's horrible to live with. He's in a bad mood. He's ungrateful. He's not nice. He's making me.
Sometimes you got to go through, the rain to see the rainbow.
No, I'm done. I'm sorry, Lucas. I'm done. You can have him.
Done?
Yeah, you can have him. He's for you.
I don't want him.
You don't want him? All right. Well, he'll have to meet someone else because I just can't do it, Lucas. It's
Why
just.
would you fugazi him like that? You made him feel so in love with you, and then the second he tries to actually take things seriously, you just sweep the rug out from him.
He didn't try to take things seriously ever.
Okay, he spent one day with you. Can you tell that story? How that
It went bad. Every day has been bad. Every day.
Okay. I don't mean to get melodramatic on you, but Jesus Christ, everyone's so full of shit nowadays, and you know that, and you are too.
No, I'm not. I'm being honest. I don't like him anymore. I don't like him. What?
No. What? You don't like him?
Not anymore. He's unlikable. He sucks. He sucks as a boyfriend. He sucks as a fiance. He sucks. He's not a good one. I'm sorry. I hate to say it.
You said he sucks.
He does. As a fiance, he sucks. He's not good.
Okay. Well, he has 2 baby mamas, so I think they would agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's a good guy. He has, good intentions, but he's, just, got his few screws loose, Couple wires crossed.
Well, I know you're trying to pawn him off on me, and I'm not taking him because I'm just done, okay, Lucas?
What'd you say?
I know you're trying to pawn him off on me right now, but I'm done. I tried. It's not happening.
I'm not trying to pawn anything off of you because he's worth $1 million, and I'm not taking it down.
All right, whatever, Lucas.
But,
All right.
I'll let you continue your podcast. Just give me a call later.
All right.
All right.
Oh God, I'm just done with that. Anyway, anyway, try to erase that from my memory. Everybody that contributed to Kermit and Friends today, I just truly appreciate it. Flesh and Bone, I appreciate you. What a doll that guy was. What a doll. Onision, even Lizzie. I know you hate me. I know you hate me. It's okay. It's okay. I hope you come back, and I hope that you forgive us here on Kermit and Friends. And Eric means no harm by his little masturbation videos. They're very funny if you just let them, you know, if you just look at it like they're funny, you'll be fine. Lori, do you want to try your song one more time, sweetheart?
I can.
Okay, why don't you try that?
I disconnected my phone from the Wi-Fi. Maybe it's that because Cheryl's home and she's on the internet too.
Go ahead, Lori.
You're giving me a million reasons to let you go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. You're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons. If I had a highway, I would run for the hills. If you could find a dry way, I'd forever be still. But you're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a
Sky!
What, Greg?
I'm a banana!
You're a what?
I'm a banana!
What happened to your clothes?
I'm a banana! I'm a banana! I'm a banana! I'm a banana! Look at me, man! Yeah. I'm a banana! I'm a banana! I'm a banana! Look at me, man! Banana power! Banana power! Banana power! Banana power! Banana power! Banana power! Look at me, move! Uh-oh, banana time! Uh-oh, banana time! Uh-oh, banana time! Stop! 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 Cardboard, mark, dark, hard, dark, card, mark, dark, hard, dark, hard. Chicken, I am chicken, chicken, girl, chicken, girl.